It's Wednesday night, and that means it's time for the Lamar Thomas Show, featuring the greatest receiver in the history of college football. Just ask them, Lamar Thomas.
I was born in Ocala, Florida. I moved to Gainesville to go to high school. Been recruited probably since the 9th grade, illegally, I might add, by the University of Florida. I still can remember Coach Solinger, Don Solinger, coming out to our practice one day. Here it is, this guy comes out in the University of Miami jacket, and I said, I can't believe that's Miami out here. And, you know, I wanted to go up and say, hey, I'm Lamar Thomas. And actually, I did walk up to him and I said, hey, Coach, I'm Lamar Thomas. And he said, I know. And that was the start of my relationships with the University of Miami.
Patton, another good block, and Toretto lays it out. Touchdown, Miami!
You come down here, you'll be on TV every weekend, dominating. I thought about it. I said, man, where do I sign? My mom, on Saturday mornings, I would wake up and she'd be holding my hand. I thought she was the weirdest lady in the world. But she was holding my hands and she would be rubbing them and saying, one day these hands are gonna make you a lot of money. She was smart.
So now, here he is, the great one, along with co-host Gary Ferman of CaneSport.com, Lamar Thomas.
There he is, Lamar Thomas. Lamarcus the Great One, back once again. It's Wednesday night, everybody, and that means it's time for the Lamar Thomas Show. Like the intro said, I'm Gary Ferman, the publisher of CaneSport.com, joining the great one himself, LT. Big week, LT, at the University of Miami this week. There's a new sheriff in town, and right. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I got to give a shout out to Jerry Parks and that other DB from Penn State. When I watched the highlight and how I kicked that ass, I got to give a shout out to those guys for making me as great as I was. Man, what a great man! It's so exciting. I was down there at Mario's introduction. It basically tugged at my heart because, man, we came in together. That class, 1988, we came in together, and to see him fulfill his dream of being a head coach there, I can only imagine. And to get paid doing it. I mean, that's paid a lot of money, matter of fact. But it was just awesome to see, man, because we blood, sweat, and tears on that field, and man, he's the head coach. Mario Cristobal is the head coach at the University of Miami. Awesome stuff.
Now, you mentioned you guys came in the same signing class.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to look up here who else was in that class, because there's no way I remember.
There were a lot of guys, man.
Well, can you name them all? Go ahead.
Okay,
name
let's
your
see.
Class.
Okay, let's see. Okay, Ryan McNeil. Okay. Let's see. Mark Caesar, Stephen McGuire, Joey Cole, Terrell Jackson, Casey Greer, Ellery Roberts. I named the guys that transfer. A couple guys that transfer. Let's see. Kevin Kirkcaldy, Gino Torretta. Said Casey Greer. Michael Barrow, Darren Smith.
Wow.
Oh man, I know I'm forgetting some people.
Lamar, I'm sitting here trying to do a Google search, and I can't even get this class up.
Come on, guys, send me some messages on the message board. There's some other guys. I'm so sorry I'm forgetting those guys. I wanted to make sure I got the guys who transferred. Bruce Ebers, Palmetto.
Remember
Dave
him.
Diskowski, Cardinal Newman, who's a kicker. Uh, let's see, one too many receivers. Linebackers, I think I've got them. D lineman, Mark Sees, I said his name. Running backs, said all those guys TK Dorsey, who transferred. Uh,
I don't even remember that name.
C. McGuire was the only one left. Oh, Kevin Gibbs, God bless the dead. Kevin Gibbs, my guy from Coral Gables. Let's see, what other position? Uh, Safeties. Darryl came the next year. It was a magical class where we all got along. We all had fun. I know I'm forgetting some. Oh, Daryl Spencer. How can I forget Spence Dog?
Yeah, you
Can't
can't forget
forget
Spence Dog.
Spence Dog. Part of the Ruthless Posse. Oh, somebody. Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Diego London. Melvin Sharp. Daryl Coleman Bell. Jesse was the next class, but he went in our class. It was just a magical class, man. Ryan, and we had Ryan on earlier. He challenged me every day. He told me he was gonna play both ways. So, it was a challenge every day with him. Hurley Brown came in our class, who we'll have on the show a little later. It was a magical class, man. We got Carlos Etheridge, Kip Vickers. Oh my
I
God!
can't
Thank you so
believe
much.
you're remembering it.
I'm getting help. I'm getting help from everybody that's signing on. Ryan McNeil signed on. Ryan, make sure you come on after those guys so we can talk about Mario a little bit because we got. Oh yeah, thank you, Andy Mays Day, junior college Cortez Kennedy,
Oh, okay. Can't leave him out.
JUCO transfer. Um, man, it was I, we came in that thing thinking that we were all going to be a part of greatness. Of course, Mario Cristobal. We came in that thing thinking of greatness, and a lot of guys didn't make it. They couldn't handle it. They went to other schools. But for the guys who stayed, we lost 5 games. We lost one. We didn't have anything to do with, but we did because we were redshirt freshmen. We were redshirted, and we practiced against all those guys. Oh, dang! How can I forget my roommate, Charles Farms? God, thank you, Rashad. Jesus, Christmas. So we practiced every day. So we took that one L, and we put it on our record. And then we go the next year, 89, we lose one game to Florida State. That's why I don't wear that ring, matter of fact. And then the next year we lose to BYU and Notre Dame. Those I can't even say the name.
God, I remember
And
that
then
BYU game. Oh my God.
and then the next year we go undefeated, and then obviously we lose to Alabama at the end. 5 games, no losses at home. It was just great, man. Those guys are my brothers. We cut our hair together. Gino, Mario. I know I might be forgetting some people, but we all were bald headed. And actually, if you didn't cut your hair, you got your eyebrows shaved. That was not part of my game plan. I shaved my shit as soon as they said to. But it was just a great class, man. We had a lot of fun, and it was a brotherhood. It truly was a brotherhood.
Terrence Jefferson, one of our viewers, says what's happened in the last week at the U is simply remarkable. It is, isn't it, Lamar?
And we got to give kudos to Kurt Herbstreit, man. We got to give kudos to Kurt, man. Kurt called it out. He called out the program, and I think it set a lot of things in motion. But we also have to give kudos to Mark Richt and Manny Diaz. And I say that, a lot of people are going to be pissed off, but think about this. Mark Richt put his money where his mouth was. He was the first guy, head coach, to say, hey, I need my assistants to have 2- and 3-year deals. I need these guys, because for a long time, people don't understand. That's why there was a lot of turnover at the University of Miami as far as position coaches, because they only were 1-year deals, and they probably ended in December. So they were playing the bowl game. If they got to a bowl game,
with no contract, just playing for the bowl bonus. And he changed that and got his assistants 2 and 3 year deals. That's my understanding. And then Manny going to the administration, going to who the powers to be, and saying, "Look, man, I got my hands tied behind my back. We got guys stretching it. We don't have the assistants like Alabama. We don't have the assistant on top of an assistant on top of an assistant. We don't have that. We got guys in recruiting that are when probably the people turn their heads. You know those people, the people on campus. They turn their heads. They were out there helping coaching. I mean, it's so the understanding is that now Mario will be able to bring in assistants to help the program, whether it's player personnel, whether it's just a lot of things we're missing. Recruiting, there are a lot of things that have been missing, and so I give kudos to those guys.
I don't know if you saw the beginning of I don't know if I'll call it a ceremony, but the press conference yesterday when Mario brought up Kirk Herbstreit, and he said, "Did you see that, Lamar?" And he said, I was talking to Kirk Herbstreit, and I said to him, "Man, I think you got a little something going here." And I'm watching Julio Frank when he brought that up, and Julio's like sitting there squirming in his seat. He doesn't like the mention of Kirk Herbstreit because Kirk Herbstreit called him out on national television almost as much as the voice of the fan, Bruce Warner here, has been calling him out the whole year. And
that's right.
Hey, I just want Lamar to repeat what he just said. What did Manny Diaz do for the school? What? Come on, man. Enough is enough. He's out. Leave him alone. I'm not going to say anything bad about him, but I'll be damned if I'm going to give him credit for this. He didn't do anything to help this team.
Man.
He tried.
He got $8 million to walk away, dog.
Yeah, that's what he got. He got money.
There it is, man.
He's okay.
I don't know that he got 8. I think he got more closer to 4, but
4.
Okay, 4, 5.
But who's counting the millions, man? And Randy Noel here put the hell with Manny. Leaves a millionaire. Lamar, that leads me to a question for you. He leaves a millionaire. Coaches make a lot of money. Head coaches make a lot of money.
Right.
Does the money soothe the feeling of getting fired, getting thrown out of a program that you've been heading, and totally changing the course of your career? Does the money overcome those feelings?
I don't know. I haven't been in that situation. The only situation I've been in was making $300,000 or whatever at Kentucky, having you got to pay me for the next 7-8 months. So, and I was like, I'm cool with that. I'll figure it out at the point. But to have a couple million to walk away,
it feels good.
Hey man, you know what? We're talking about generational wealth. We're talking about generational. You pass some things down because obviously he was getting some money. He was getting what he was making, $4 million. Was he making about?
I think. Yeah, he was making about $4 million a year. Okay. I think now going into year 4, the buyout became about 50%.
Okay, well, with that being said, I mean, he doesn't have to live under daddy's roof. I mean, obviously he has his own roof now. He has a couple million in the bank, and I said this before, I would love to see him go and stay down here and maybe get that FIU job. That'd be great for him, man. I mean, I'm not him, but
I don't
know how FIU is going to feel taking a Miami, reject.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, like I said, what has he proven he can do? He's lucky he got Van Dyke to win these games down the stretch because that's really why they won. You know it.
Hey, he doesn't have to move.
No, he doesn't have to move. Who cares, Marty? He's got $4 million. He can move.
And he could tell the AD, look, man, you can pay me $500 this year, $500 next year. Next year, year 3, $1,500. Next year, $2 million, whatever.
Are you his agent? Maybe you should be his agent. You can negotiate this, man. Look at this guy. This is the head of Gary's fan club. Look at this.
Yeah, I was going to say, LT, this is your show, but I'm going to take a bow on this one. he says I've been saying since they hired Mark Richt that they need to hire Mario Cristobal, and he's
right.
Yes, right. I have been doing that.
Yes,
Jesus, what the heck took him so long, LT?
Well,
mean,
they I mean, obviously Blake James made that deal, and he hired a guy that he thought was right for the job, and it didn't work out, and obviously Blake became a casualty, and obviously, the whole process to America was looking all foul and everything else, and it was made right when Mario signed on that line. When he got on that plane, it was made right. And
Go ahead. It's
you know,
interesting to me to listen to Gary talk about this all this season and last season, and then in the last couple
the
of
season
weeks.
before that,
And yeah, but
the one before that too.
but on the Facebook, there's all these people saying that why would he want to come here? He doesn't want to come here. They know for a fact he doesn't want to be here. And why on earth would he come back to Miami? Look what's going on in Oregon. The bottom line was, you heard what he said. It wasn't it's a dream job. He wasn't thinking about it every day. But when it came to the opportunity, he's here. So all those people that when I was saying, how do you know? You don't know. You don't know. They didn't know. Gary, I don't know if he knew either, but he was right. He got Radakovich right, and he got Mario right.
I knew, but let me tell you something. It was nip and tuck from what I've heard talking to people. They really preyed on his heart out there at Oregon. And Lamar, like, you can relate to this, I think, a little bit, or probably a lot. Let's put ourselves in Mario Cristobal's shoes. He was out there for 4 years as the head coach. This guy isn't a guy that, like, 2 weeks before signing day starts recruiting a kid and says, come to Miami. This is a guy that recruits kids for years, okay? At least 2, if not 3 years. He develops incredible relationships with them. He's on the phone with them all the time. He develops relationships with their families. And let's be honest, at Oregon, you're recruiting all kids from out of state. And they are coming there to play for you, okay? And now
and Nike gear. And Nike gear.
Good point. But Lamar, now you are leaving. And you are going to leave. You're leaving us after we believed in you. We came here to play for you. And those are the emotions that he had to deal with in the last 24, 36 hours before he finally pulled the trigger on this move. And from what I heard talking to people out there, it was really close to him staying out there.
Anytime
you know the deciding factor? Was it family? Do you know what the deciding factor was, Gary?
I think all that. Coming back home, coming where he played, family, all those things.
That was just too important to him. Okay.
Well, anytime I can tell you this, and mine is on a smaller scale than Mario Cristobal, but to recruit Lamar Jackson and then have to leave him, it tugs at your heart, man. It really does. It really does, because you sat on that couch with these parents, convince them to come to this university, and basically saying that you're going to be there to overlook and oversee the progress and the development of this young man, and then to go down and then to get another job. Those were the people, just like what Mario did. Those, one of the first persons I called was Lamar Jackson and said, I told him, hey man, I got to make a move, bro. I'm sorry. And he was like, hey, I understand. His mom, like, I understand. So I think for a lot of parents, when they look at it on the totality of it, they'll understand. They'll be a little upset, but they'll understand, because at the end of the day, you come to these schools to play for these universities, and the coach and the coaches. But two things can change: the coaches and the coach. The university is still there.
Yeah, but on the flip side, you guys, you recruit these kids, they come to your school, they're playing, and for whatever reason they feel like it, now they can get into the portal and leave you standing there. Hey, wait a minute, I gave you a year or two, I'm not playing, so I'm gone. It kind of works both ways. It's a cutthroat business, and it's probably more cutthroat now than it's ever been.
Oh, yeah,
right?
Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, as Kevin Harris says. Game of Thrones.
There's so many ways that we can unpack this tonight. And Ty Hubbard asks a good question. He wants to ask Lamar, what do you really think about the coaching job Manny did this year? You've been political all season. To a degree, Lamar, let's be honest, you're a coach. You're always holding out hope of that next job, possibly at the U and things like that. So you have to measure your words at times. But how would you answer? Not to put you too much on the spot here,
Yeah.
but how would you answer this question?
Well, for me personally, being a coach, not ever being a head coach, but being a coach, I understand some of the emotions and some of the angles that these guys are thinking on, and it's tough, man. And so when you ask me about what was my true feeling of Manny, I was happy with wins. I was disappointed with losses, but I was very optimistic because of the team and what they showed that they didn't give up. And so for me, and I can tell you this, I sent Manny a couple messages saying, man, the fact that those kids did not give up, man, kudos to you, because they could have given up. And he did something. He had something that made those kids continue to play. And you have to be able to push a lot of these kids over the edge to be able to get them to do it. So for him and that staff to be able to, because they were, remember, at one point in the season, they were dead in the water.
Big time.
You had the 2 losses and not playing well, and everybody said, they're done. Get them out of here right now. And they convinced those kids to play. The coaching staff, he convinced the coaches to play. And that's what coaching is all about. It's not always going to be easy, but you have to be able to somehow navigate it to where the kids, the staff, and everybody else can somehow find a way to buckle it up and go out and play to the best of their abilities.
Isn't that something that's expected of a head coach? Why do you have to motivate during the season? All you're 2-4, and now I'm going to make these kids play. You should have done it all season.
Yeah,
that's his job.
Here's the deal: when you're playing the best freaking team in the country, and, hey man, that was a juggernaut, dog. That starts your season off a couple ways. You're gonna get your ass whooped. Okay, first of all, you just hope that you don't get hurt. Okay, and which they did. You think about the quarterback got hurt. Okay, then you're worrying about the psyche of the whole program, because you not only got beat, but you got your ass beat, dominated. So now you got to figure out how can we do this? How can we come back? And then you play against a team, you circle. You don't have Michigan State really circle, and then all of a sudden they show up as a dominant team too. Not making excuses for Manny, but he played 2 of the best teams, two good teams in the early part of the season, and was able to figure out how to regroup. And you think about this. They had those 2 losses in the last minute. If they change and those aren't losses, if was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. If Grandma had a, she'd be Grandpa. You know what I'm saying? So, but listen, it could have been. You know what I'm saying?
We could have lost Appalachian State too.
Yeah, he could.
We beat them on a safety. They snapped the ball into the end zone.
We did, but we won.
And Florida States were down 17-0. How prepared was he for that game? And that was game number 9 or 10.
And we came back.
Okay, but still, if they didn't fall down 17-0, maybe they would have blown them out. But they started out with crap.
The whole season has been starting out slow, and so I mean, I'm gonna give the guy his props, man. A lot of people hate him and a lot of people are mad with him, but you know what? The job that his staff did, and keeping those kids together, and developing that young quarterback. Because let me tell you something, man. He saved that season. If Manny was going to come back, it was going to be because of that young quarterback.
No doubt.
Not his defense. It's going to be because of that young quarterback.
Tyler Van Dyke, he changed the whole season. Hey, Lamar, before we dive into the heart of the show here, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. Let's start with Advanced Insurance and Financial. Ryan Collins' great company.
Yeah. Yeah. What about Ryan? He's. I just saw him walk in here somewhere.
Is he really? He's there tonight. I better put his logo up on the screen.
Yeah, put his logo and let him do his commercial.
If he's in the house,
where is Ron?
Don't put it over my face.
No, the screen never looked better.
So Advanced Insurance and Financial, of course, all Canes, where holiday shopping is in overdrive right now. We'll talk a little bit more about that later in the show. But a lot of great things going on at all Canes, and then of course there's boat campers in Plantation where Lamarcus is there choking and.
What about that? I had to go to mute for a second, man.
What happened there?
There was.
Man, some of my Tito's went down. Some of my Tito's went down the wrong throat.
Hey, speaking of all Canes, you see Harry with Mario? Yeah. Whoa, man, that's the picture of a lifetime. He's so happy.
He's one of the first guys.
That's going to bring a lot of business to him.
Hey, check this out. Harry went back to the store and he designed this.
Oh, I want one.
This is the new shirt for sale at all Canes.
Oh, yeah, let's get it.
I'm all in on Coach Cristobal, established 2021. Own the state, restore the glory. How about that?
I'm gonna have to get a couple of those.
And I can assure you, that's the first of many that will be coming down the pike here in the coming days, Lamar. And
maybe we can start wearing the "You Invented Swag" T-shirts again, because I have mine in the drawer, but I'm afraid to wear it. Everybody laughs, but not now.
Mario got emotional up there.
Yeah,
he got emotional.
He did.
Yeah, I mean, it is emotional. The whole thing coming back here is emotional. Leaving Oregon was emotional. He's had a lot of emotions the last couple of days as we watched Lamar do a little bit more coughing over there.
So where is he now? He was in Texas. He was in Shamar's house. He went to Earl Little's. He's unbelievable. He's just unbelievable.
He's had a pretty busy last 24 hours.
In the same suit too. In the same suit.
He was out at Miami Central yesterday. We'll talk to Roland Smith a little later in the show about that.
There's a lot of dirt out there. Someone was asking me. They said, "Hey, man, he was out there in the same suit." I said, "He just got $8 million. He can throw that shit away, man. He can throw that shit away, dog. He don't care."
I know he's going to head over to Barry's place.
I was going to say he's going to go over to Austin Burke and get himself a few of those.
Better believe it. And Barry will hook him up too. You better believe it. Yes, he will.
Yeah.
I see Ryan Collins. He's
all right.
Lamar.
Is he here?
He's over there.
Right,
I see the guy. He's over there.
Yeah, he's avoiding you.
Come over here.
If he starts coming over, let me know, Lamar, so I can put his logo back up on the screen. The thing that left a mark on me yesterday, watching all this, and was just seeing everybody happy. Seeing everybody happy again. The fans. There were a few sour faces in there in that indoor practice facility because some people know that they're not going to have a job in a couple weeks.
Right.
And that's the sad part about this. But the U and the athletic program is it's bigger than any individual, and just seeing so many people just happy again has really made me feel good because this has been a long 20 years for everybody. And Mario comes in, and people know he's going to recruit like a maniac, and that in turn is going to provide hope.
Did you see any reaction from the players, Gary? Did you see the faces on the kids now?
There were only a couple kids there.
Okay,
there weren't many there.
I tell you who was there, that coaching staff, because you know what, those guys are. I was talking to Rob Likens, and man, he did a hell of a job this year, and he'll be the OC for
the bowl game.
For the bowl game. And we were just talking, and I said, "Hey man, you got a paid audition. Go do it."
What'd he say?
He just started laughing, and he said, "You're right. It's a paid audition. So go get it done." But a lot of those coaches in there, they're trying to figure out if they're going to still be there, and
a lot of them won't.
Right, a lot of them won't. You think Likens will be there, Gary?
I don't. I think Mario's going to bring in Brian McClendon from Oregon to coach his receivers. It was one of his.
Who's that? South Carolina.
Yeah, but he's a guy that I know.
Which I beat at Kentucky.
What do you know? You know anything about him, Lamar?
Yeah, he's a good coach. He's a really good.
I know he's a good coach, and he's a very valued member of that coaching staff out there.
He's East Coast side guy, So
Yeah.
he'll do well, man. He's a really good coach. A really good coach. Heard nothing but great positive things about him because when you're coaching against a guy, I like to study those guys. I study the defensive back coach, and I also study the wide receiver coach because I want to feel like there's a value to me. If I beat him, I feel valued. When I was at Western Kentucky and I was making 70,000, and I went up against University of Kentucky, and the receiver coach was making 250. I'm like, yo, I'm better than you, buddy.
Right.
Give me a raise.
Well,
But I like
guys,
Any news on the offensive coordinator, Gary? Anything?
not yet. No, I think that'll be a wide open search. I think he'll interview a lot of candidates for that. But listen, we were talking a minute ago about the rapid pace that Mario hit the ground running, and he leaves the press conference. He goes to Miami Central, sees Roland Smith. He goes up to Fort Lauderdale, sees Nigel E. Kelly, and then he goes out to see Earl Little and Earl Little Jr. And first day on the job, that shows you the level of respect that he had for the Little family. And Earl Little Sr., Lamar, joins us now, and Bruce. And Earl, what was that like for you to have Mario come to your home last night? His first day on the job at the U.
It was pretty cool. To see him at the press conference. Well, actually, I wasn't there, but seeing it trending on social media, and then we was communicating throughout the day. And matter of fact, right before he touched down, he hit me up before he touched down, and then we was trying to work it out to see when can we get it done. So we got it done. So it was cool. He was still in the same suit that he had on in the morning. He was out there pounding the pavement. That's what he does.
Hey, welcome back to the show, by the way.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for having me.
Did you feel
Look at
special?
the nice Christmas tree too, man.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, I don't like. Hey, Garrett, I don't like the fact you said the Little family. I keep thinking of Stuart Little. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that, bro. I'm thinking
man,
mouse
LT,
running around there and everything.
LT, if I heard that, man, if I got $1 for every time I heard something about Stuart Little, man, woo.
So Earl, did you feel special getting the visit on the first day? I mean, in all honesty, I mean, we know where things have been going with your son's recruitment. He's been an Alabama lean for a very, very long time, but things did not go well with Miami from day one. It's been a struggle for Miami the whole way. But how did it feel that Mario comes in and chooses your home for his first day on the job?
Well, I felt good, like he said inside the when him and I was talking through text message. He said it was a priority, and he put priority in all caps. So just to see a guy like that, but his resume speaks for itself. So that it's not surprising to me. I know what he's been doing, and from building FIU up to a bowl game, and then coming to the U, and then the GOAT picked him up, and then look at the guys he brought to Alabama. That he got from South Florida. And then from him to go to Oregon and have top recruiting classes over there in Oregon, number 1 in the Pac-12. So it's not a surprise at all.
Now, and let me ask you this, Earl. I mean, he came by himself. It was solo dolo. I mean,
solo.
You, him, and
yeah,
and your son. Y'all just up in there looking at the Christmas tree decorations. I mean, that's some good stuff, bro.
Well,
good stuff.
How could I do it? He took a picture by that one over there. He didn't take a picture by this one. So we got two. I'm flexing a little bit.
He didn't bring any coaches with him?
Man, this is big time, bro. Hey, I'm trying to focus in a little bit, see if I see in the A, in the U, anything on that tree that could give it away, dog. Yeah, I'm looking, bro. I'm looking.
Everybody got to wait for 15, 16, or 17. I'm not sure. He hasn't picked.
Let me ask you this, Earl. The fact that he came by himself, I mean, is that a positive? I mean, that he was there, he could have brought 2, 3, 4 guys, DB coaches, guy from Fort Lauderdale, guy from Miami. He could have brought a Cooney. He could have brought anybody else in there, but he came solo dolo. Is that a positive or a negative for you?
That's a positive, bro.
Okay,
It's
cool.
a positive. But I mean, he had his road dog with him, but road dog stayed in the car. You know, I called him a little Scarface buddy. You know,
Who was the driver?
Dang.
Tell us who the driver was.
Bro, this some stuff
Coach
movies
Mirror,
made out
the
of.
offensive line coach.
Mirrorball.
Mirrorball.
Yeah, Coach Mirrorball, the OG. You know,
Dog, he about
I
this
had to
tall, dog.
Yeah, he about this tall. You know.
Yeah, we all the same age, bro. He with us, dog.
Yeah, I know. You know, when I was the head coach at Miami Jackson, you know, I had a great relationship with Mirrorball from back then. That's my little dog, man. And when we went out to Oregon, you know, he was there. You know, and then when they pulled up to the house, Mario came in, and then he was like, you know, I'm just coming in, and you know, just gonna be me solo or whatever. And he's like, Coach gonna wait out in the car, and I was like, well, what coach is out in the car? And he said, Coach Mirrorball. So I had to go holler at my dude. Give him a big hug. Hey, LT, Gary, you guys, and Bruce, he was already draped up in his gear.
Bro, listen, bro. Look, bro. I was in the equipment
He changed
room.
in the car.
I was in the equipment room when he got his gear. You know, I was back there doing my thing.
Get your bag.
But I was back there. He was like, yo, bro, I don't need all that. I just need a shirt and some. I need a hat. That's it. I said, that is Mirrorball. And then he was like, he goes, oh, by the way, Mario not wearing all that. He's not wearing those orange tennis shoes. He ain't wearing none of that. He's just straight black. He's very. He was telling the equipment guys in the back, dog. It was an incredible conversation to hear Mirrorball talk about one of his better friends in life.
For 37 years. That's what we talked about before they pulled off last night. You know, we was talking outside for a minute, and he was like, "Yo, Earl, you know, it's been my guy for 37 years." And I told him, I said, "Man, that's a blessing." I said, because I think about Marlon every day. You know, and Marlon's my best friend since second grade. I say, so it's great to see you guys still rolling like that. You know, for 37 years.
Yeah, it is great. You know, it's funny you're talking about that, and Ryan.
First
Collins.
of all, hold on. Let me give a shout out to Earl Little.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's some eggnog.
No, man, I'm trying to be like that. I'm trying to be like that rapper that he take a shot every time somebody do something good. I can't think of his name, but he got a good show. I can't think of his name. I'll think of it later. But
oh, okay.
So, as the voice of the fan, as Gary pronounces me on this show, we're all, you know, I know you're not going to say anything, but did that help at all for Miami's chances yesterday? I know the people that are watching this just want to have some sort of a hope. They want hope. Is there a hope?
Right. Well, you know, there's always a chance, you know, but like I've always said from day one, this was never about, and I hate to go there because I see stuff in the way people take it with the whole Manny issue. Like how all this bull crap started was I was on a podcast back in January when everything opened back up, and a gentleman asked me what was recruiting like and have I heard from the former coach? And I told him no, and I named the coaches who I've built a relationship with. And that was all that was said, and which is true. I never had a relationship with dude, you know, and that wasn't on me, you know. But anyways, don't want to be the dead horse. But it's like, but to go back to that, I've been saying since then that this is going to be Junior's decision to make. I'm not forcing my child to go to no school. You know, I would never do that because he's the one that got to get up and run those 110s during the spring. He's the one that got to go in the weight room, got to go to class.
Wait. In Miami, we run 110.
Right.
At Miami. And by the way, thank you to the viewers. It's Nori.
Noriega.
Noriega.
Yeah.
Shout out to Noriega.
Yeah, I record that show. Yeah.
Boy, he's going to be toasting a lot of people tonight when he keeps doing this.
Sorry about that, Earl. I don't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, but you know, he got a little decision, you know, and it's not a 3 to 4 year decision for this young man. This a 40, 50 year decision that he has to make, you know, and we're going to support him no matter where he goes to school, you know, and because at the end of the day, it's about him, because I'll be damned if I force my child to go to somebody's school and just let's just say things don't work out for him. Now I got to live with that,
That's
So
what I'm talking about, Earl Little. That's what I'm talking about, Earl Little.
Fans gonna come and go. This is my child, and this is the relationship that I have. He's my best friend. And anybody who's been watching him, because I've been sharing, people DM me, all the time, and thank you, man. I've been watching you, you and your sons from the time he played at Pasadena all the way up to now. You've been doing a great job. I don't need a pat on the back from anybody, but it's good to hear that people have watched and see the parenting, how I parent my child. And Jesse and I, we do a great job, with that. And he's been raised right. You're a 4.0 student, and
Wow.
he's a hell of a football player, and most importantly, his character is on 10, so he's just an all around great kid. He works his ass off. Like anybody that knows him and anybody have seen him, the kid puts in the work. The passion for football is on 1,000 with him, and this is his decision to make, and we're going to support him. The only thing we just ask, we don't want no surprise on the day that he does it. Let us know in advance. Then you can share.
Well,
you
don't want to hear that he's picking Temple. You don't want to hear that.
Let me toast
Yeah,
that.
drink to that, Lamar. Temple.
I can see Earl now. Hey Mario, get your ass over to my house right now.
Hey man, I saw one of those former kids. He made a post about that yesterday, and I was just like, damn, he kind of like put in his post with Manny goodbye letter, and he commented on it about him and 17 other kids, whatever. So I just thought that was deep, because it goes hand in hand in this business. As LT knows, you can't be mad when coaches go get another job to better themselves, whatever. And you can't, and sometimes you can't get mad if a kid was committed to your school and then the kid decide, he wants to go to another school. I mean, that's just the nature of the business.
Right. Well, no matter what happens, I'm sure if he picks Bama, look, you're part of us, and so we're going to be rooting for him. Not Alabama so much, but we'll be rooting for your son, obviously, because he's part of us. He just is. He's part of the U family, whether he goes there or not. We'll support him, definitely.
No doubt, and that's the way it's supposed to be, And people got to understand, these young men, they have a lot of pressure on them during this time, because mentally it's draining, but one thing I wanted for him, I didn't want it to be so draining with him, because that's why back in 2019 I took him up to LSU, where that's where his heart was, LSU. So I took him up there. I took him to Oklahoma. I took him up to Alabama to watch them play LSU. I took him to LSU in the SEC championship game against Georgia. I took him to LSU to watch them play Florida, because I wanted him to kind of get a feel of the whole recruiting process, because when it get time to take those visits, it's going to get tough, because you got everybody coming at you, and like he's one of the top guys in the country overall, and so a lot of people are after him. Like Florida State was here on Sunday night. They was 6 deep.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, Earl. That was the question I was getting to before I took another sip of my drink. Listen, the fact that you've had people come in your house. I mean, for me personally as a coach, man, that was like game time to me, because I felt like that was my strength. To be able to come into someone's home, to be able to talk to that kid, talk to that parent, figure out who was the key person that was making that decision, helping him making that decision, be able to make them feel comfortable. You've had some people come into your house, man. How has that been, man? Because you've seen some different styles. You said you had a solo guy come in, you had bunches of people come in. It's some different stuff going on, How has that been, the whole process of that?
Well, the way to eliminate that, and this goes out to a lot of the parents, because me being a coach and also being a parent, and me going through that process myself, back in the dinosaur years.
Not that old, man. You're not that old.
But you have to learn the system, and ask questions, because a lot of these parents don't understand that, and they don't get into it. They'll just let a high school do it, or a so-called street agent that just trying to get something out of the kid. They'll let the high school coach or some guy just do it, who really not in it for the best interest of the child. So as far as Earl was blessed, he have both parents, and he also blessed to have me as a former player that has been through it, and I just educated him on it, because for one, I told from the best coach to the last coach that nobody's going to force him into committing. He's going to take all his visits unless he doesn't want to take them anymore. He still have an unofficial visit that he can take. You know, he didn't take all of them. You know, and he was going to.
You mean official? You mean
I'm sorry. Official
Yeah.
visit. Yes. He has.
Okay.
He still have one more official
Okay.
visit, and he also can go back out to USC if he wanted to because they have a new coach, so he can do USC again, and he also can do whatever if he want to. But I just wanted those guys to know that you're not going to pressure my child to doing anything committing. And some of these guys are so good, LT, as you know, they can sell water to a well, boy. And I'm not going to say the coach name, but boy, that boy got it down pat.
Hey,
Earl, a couple things. You went out to Oregon more than once. I think you went twice, correct?
Right.
That right there speaks volumes of how you feel about Mario Cristobal and the level of program that he runs. Tell us real quick what you saw on those 2 visits when you went to Oregon.
Man, I saw the passion. I saw the passion for the student athletes, the passion for the university, and just that South Florida connection, you know, and what he thinks about our child, you know, as far as not just a football player, but just as a great kid, you know, and just going out there and seeing it, because when we went out there in the summer, it was right after the USC trip. We left USC, went to LAX, and we flew up to Oregon, and we was only there we got there that early evening, and then we left the next day. Then we spent a couple of days out there with our family members before we flew back home. And but then we went out there on an official visit for the Civil War. That's something that we had already planned, that we was gonna take an official visit out there. And you know, we didn't get to spend so much time with him because, you know, they had to prepare, they had meetings and stuff like that. And we was getting ready to go to dinner. We was getting prepared to go to dinner with the coaching staff on Saturday night after the game. He FaceTimed me, and I was in the hotel room, and I saw my phone light up, and then I looked at it, and then it was back dark. So I went and tapped on the screen, and I had a missed FaceTime call from him, and he called me, and so I called him back, and then I'm looking, and I'm like, damn, man, he look like he in a damn spaceship. Like, where is he? You know, because I know the facilities at Oregon, I'm telling you, bro, they're the best in the country. They're the best in the country. So I'm like, man, is this like a different room in there? And I'm looking. And so we talking, and actually he was on a private jet, and he was on his way back to Miami because he had got word in midweek that his mom was ill. So he flew home. He flew home right after the Civil War game. And he apologized to me that he wasn't going to be able to have dinner with us, and man, and we told him, we was like, hey, bro, you got to handle that. Go take care of that. Don't even worry about us. You know, we're good. You know, one thing he said to me, man, he said it to me last night, and he said it to me before he got off the FaceTime when he was flying back home after the Civil War game. He said, man, no matter what goes on with this decision, he said, we're family. You know, he said, you know, we're still going to be friends. We're still family members, you know, and stuff like that. And, you know, to hear a guy like that, you know, when somebody BSing, and you know when somebody being sincere, you know, and I can see it on his face, you know.
Yeah, as a parent, you have to believe he's going to get a lot of these Miami kids. Maybe
no
not
doubt.
yourself, but he's going to get a lot of these kids.
No doubt. He's definitely because you see, man, he pound the pavement. Like I tell you, man, he had on the same suit, the same tie, you know, and we was he got over here, you know, because we both was doing something, and we was trying to make it work because mom she's gonna be out of town for the weekend, going out to Los Angeles, and so we were just trying to, because he wanted to come through this morning before he get out of town. And I was like, that's not gonna work. Right. So we made it work last night. So we made it work. It happened. And then he pulled up solo and had the what Scarface buddy in the movie, the one that got killed at the end of the movie. He had his little road dog with him sitting outside the car.
So tell us about the home visit, Earl. Tell us what happened. Tell us about the home visit. What is a home visit like with Mario Cristobal?
Well, he just came in, and we sat at the island inside the kitchen, and we just talked, and just talked about Miami, talked about talk about, I know the system he's going to run. He kind of gave me some tips, I don't want to talk on about coaches and stuff like that. So he's definitely trying to get this thing right, and he wants to get it back. He spoke about academics. He also spoke about how this thing got made. The people that was behind the scene that really made this thing happen for him. And I asked him straight up. I said, how did Phil Knight and those guys take it over there at Oregon? Because and he said it was tough, and looking at it was kind of almost emotional. I know he really cares about that program. He really cares about Eugene. He really cares about those kids that he recruited out there. So he's all in with them, and and that's family for life as him as well. But they made it happen for him to come. But it was a great visit, man. It was really just, it wasn't no really kiki ha ha and all that. It was just business and talking and just trying to get things done the right way.
And Junior was there with you, with the two of you, sitting with you, or was it a lot of you and Mario one-on-one?
Yeah, it was Jesse, me, and Junior came down. He came down because we was at a tattoo parlor. He was getting another tattoo, and then so we had to hurry back, and then Mario was hurrying up, so we were trying to make it work, and then we made it work. So he was finishing up a tat on his leg, and then he came on. We showered up, and then he came downstairs and he talked, and Mario always, every time you look at him, he's like, man, that's a good looking kid, man. They don't really make him like that, man. He was like, man, that's a good looking kid, So he said that when we got there in June. He said that when we was up there a couple of weeks ago, and he said it last night, because like if you haven't seen Earl in person, he's a big cornerback, and he's a fit kid, he's very and he loves to work out. He's really into training.
Hey Earl, the Dolphin Killer. I got a regret, man. I should have got in contact with you before and had you slip my name in there to my dog and say, hey, man, you got to get LT in the building. Whether it's the janitor, I could be the janitor, bro. I could be one of the best janitors in the world, but I got to be in the building, son. So I should have contacted you, bro. My bad.
How about men's room attendant? I think we could work on that for you.
I could do all that. I just want to be in the building. I think for a lot of us, we want to see this. We want to see this thing turn around, and this is where it segues into, we're excited about one of our own being in that building and running it. And, as you sat there and you watched that press conference or you saw snippets of it, you had to feel some type of goosebumps because, we've all had that feeling that, hey, man, one day we want to help this program and
right.
for our voice to be heard and to see one of our guys be able to do it and to get $8 million doing it. Shit, that's right up there. That's right up there, bro.
That's way up there.
Way up there.
Way up.
A lot of zeros, man. But like you said, man, you hit the nail on the head. And LT, as you know, inside our Cane's WhatsApp group chat, I spoke highly on it. We had our discussions about it a couple months ago, or however long ago that was. And just to go back to before Al Golden got there, me and Mario was talking during that time because I know he was really interested in getting that job before Golden got it, or whatever. And we had talked.
That was 2015, right?
Was it 15?
Let me look back at my phone. I got.
No, I think he was there before that.
Yeah,
Randy was there from like 07 to 11 or something like that.
Well,
right.
I know 2015 we had some pretty in-depth conversations, but we carry on. My
okay.
bad.
Yeah. So Mario and I was talking, and I can't remember who was the other guy. We was talking during that time, and then obviously he didn't get the job, and so now he's got it, man. It's great to see because you got to put in the work, and like LT, you definitely qualified, to coach anywhere in this country, but to actually see one of our guys get it, and especially a guy that been through those trenches, that won a national championship, that lost a big game and know how it is to come back. Yeah, you got two, exactly, and for him to see him do it, one of us, you know what I mean, because it means a lot because some people always say, some people they say, oh well, we don't need another guy that played at Miami. Or that. Well, shit, we gave everybody else a chance. You know, this guy right here is qualified. He's highly qualified. You know, yeah. Some people like to talk about the FIU record. Yeah, he built that program up to go to a bowl game.
Yeah.
You know, there's a reason why the GOAT called him and wanted him to join his staff. And while he was at Alabama, he was a national, the top national recruiting coach in the nation. I think 2 times over there. Then he goes to Oregon. Then he goes to Oregon over there. He's over there at Oregon. He's getting kids from all over the country to come to Eugene. And if you haven't been to Eugene, it don't look like South Florida. You know, but it's beautiful at the same time. It's really beautiful, but you know, it rains a lot over there. You know, and so, but it rains here. But you know, our rain, it may come down, dogs, cats in the kitchen sink for 10 minutes, and then it's beautiful for the remainder of the day. Yeah. But like LT said, man, just to see him to come back and be able to get that, because he know what it's about. You know, to have guys like Jimmy Johnson speak on him, Coach Erickson speaks on him. You know, Coach Saban spoke about him. You know, about how great it is to have him back down here at the U. And even his alumni brothers that been through the trenches with him, the guys who didn't play with him before and after. You know, so everybody's excited, like LT said.
Earl, you got one official visit left.
Not me.
No, Junior. Junior has one official visit left. Does he take it to Miami this weekend?
I don't know. Honestly, I haven't. We haven't even talked about that. You know, because one thing about, like I said earlier, one thing about this whole recruiting stuff, it can be mentally draining on a lot of these kids. You know, because you know it was tough for him to go out there. I'm just being blatantly honest. It was tough for him to go on an Oregon trip. You know, but he did it. You know, because he know that he had told Mario that he was coming, so he had to fulfill that. You know, but he was just like, man, it's tough, you know. And then you know, USC wanted him to come back. They reached out last week. They wanted him to come back out like this weekend, you know. But he just didn't want to take that trip, you know, to go back out west because it's draining, it's tired. So, but if that's what he wants to do, then so be it. Yeah, he can do it. I'm not telling him that he can't. Like shit, he went to Florida State on an official visit. He went to Florida State on an unofficial visit.
Yeah,
twice.
I'm walking into the stadium at the Miami-Florida State game. I ran into you guys in the parking lot. Like,
exactly. But that's how real I am. You know, that's just because I went to UM doesn't mean that I'm going to tell my son you can't go to Florida State on an official visit. You know, that's bullshit. You know, anybody that all this, oh yeah, I'm a true Cane and all that. That's bullshit. When your kid is involved and you doing it the right way as a parent, that's what you do.
Hey, final question before we let you go. You know, you talk to people up at Bama. They say done deal. There is no chance Earl Little Jr. is going anywhere else. He's coming to Bama. Nick's got him locked up. He just wants to make a signing day announcement. That's the only reason he's not on the commit list. As we sit here on Wednesday night, a week before signing day, obviously we got a lot of people in Miami watching this show. Is there any chance for Miami, or is it really a done deal for Alabama?
Well, to be perfectly honest with you, like I said, I haven't talked to him because you want to. This is the way that we're doing it as a family. Get these home visits over with, and then you sit down when Jessie come back from Los Angeles. When she come back, you sit down and you talk about this, and then let them say, "Hey, we don't want to find out when the whole world find out. Let us know, you know, before, you know." And that's what we agreed to. And then, you know, we got one more home visit. The GOAT coming tomorrow. So,
is he?
Yeah,
the GOAT.
Is he going to park his helicopter on your roof?
The GOAT coming to the crib.
Yeah,
Hey, he come in. He got a special smell to him. I done been there where. Hey, look, I've been there where the head coach at a certain high school has said, "Hey, LT, man, got to cut this short a little bit. I gotta go do something." And I circle back, and I see guys coming in the door, Mario and Nick coming in the door. I'm like, God damn! And it's a special smell to them. I mean, I said, God damn. I mean, they
I wouldn't make a big deal out of this, Earl, because there could be people in the bushes ready to pick him off if they know he's going to
bro. Hey,
Miami.
I would have loved to see Nick in the house and Mirabal and Mario pull up and
on the outside. On the outside, we're getting it on. We're going it on. Hey man, Earl, we appreciate you, man. We're going to be watching. When is that decision going to be made?
We haven't came down with a date because they're trying to plan something at Heritage, so we're not sure if it's going to be on the 15th, 16th, 17th, or the 18th. I'm thinking probably maybe the 16th or the 17th. He'll go ahead and let everybody know. But like I said, man, we're going to go. Once the GOAT come down, you got the GOAT and all his coaches coming down tomorrow. Yeah. So they're going to be here, and they're going to be here all day. So
all right, bro. All right, bro. All right, hey man. Hey, we love you, bro. We want to see the best, man. We obviously we pulling for these guys right here, but you got to make a decision that's best for you and your family, and your son has to make that decision. So we wish you nothing but the best of luck, and we're gonna cheer for him regardless because you're part of the Canes family, and he grew up being a Cane. So much love to you, man, and we'll talk on the WhatsApp. Love you, bro.
And Earl, if we see you on national TV in the stands there, it's okay to wear a Bama shirt, but wear the Miami hat. Do something that people know.
Hey, you don't
want to do a whole flip.
Jalen Ramsey's his favorite defensive back, right? And at one time when he was younger, he was like, when Jalen was playing at Florida State, I would take him to UM games and they'd be cheering for Jalen. And I'm like, hold up, man, what are you doing? Right. And then he was like, man, I'm going to go to Florida State. Whatever. I'm like, man, I said, you go to that school. I said, yeah, I'll be in the family section. I said, but I'm going to have on my UM gear. So I would not put on that garnet and gold.
There it is. Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
But as a parent, like you said, as a parent, you will. Yes. Right.
Love you, Earl, thank you so much,
man.
Good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. We'll be watching.
Seeing you. Good luck with everything the next week and making that decision.
Yeah, and have a great holiday too, my friend.
Thank you. Same to you guys, man. I appreciate you guys, and I want to appreciate it's only a few, but I want to appreciate those real fans out there that's very, very supportive that hit me up with DMs, and all that stuff, and really saying, hey, man, we would love to see him in orange and green, but if you go, actually saying the same thing some of you guys saying, because there's only a handful of people that, you got to laugh at them sometimes. Sometimes social media, boy, they just gave a lot of people a whole lot of talk, but
it's brutal.
But I'm from Scott Projects, man. I'm built tough, man. So nothing's bothering me because I know we're doing right by our child.
Hey, any kid that gets 2 Christmas trees and I assume double the presents, all right by all of us, man.
It's time for him to go to college.
Hey, if we do this show tomorrow night, we'll see how many presents Saban left under that tree.
All right, man. You guys have a good one.
Thank you, man.
God bless, man. All right, love you guys.
Oh, I thought that was an O at first. What the hell?
I thought it was an O.
He did like this at first, and then he changed it.
Well, that was great.
Hey, now we're going to go from recruiting battles to gridiron battles. And we got a couple of our former Canes that are going to go at it for the state championship next week.
Ooh,
my main man, Hurley Brown, and my other main man, Roland Smith. And we got a special referee for this segment of the show, guys. We got Quan Russell, the AD, in the house.
Hey,
guys, welcome to the Lamar Thomas Show.
First of all, I want to say congratulations to St. Thomas, Miami Central, and Merritt Island. I mean, kudos to you guys. Yeah, it is. I know that because they beat me personally, so I'm going to leave that alone. But kudos to you guys, man. This is great to see, man. You guys all going to the state championship, and that's why I wanted you guys on the show to talk about the process of getting your programs to the state championship and then, hopefully winning. So we're going to start with the AD first before we start with you, Roland, even though you got a bunch of state championships. Okay, start with the AD.
I mean, unlike Hurley and Roland, they built their programs. I kind of acquired a program that's been built by, I heard you say the GOAT before I got on, but the high school GOAT for me is George Smith. And, he created this blueprint on how to win. And a lot of people think the blueprint is about what happens on those 2 acres on the football field, but it really starts what happens in the classroom, what happens off the football field. And really, I just mirror the things that he's done well. We have a great football coach in Roger Harrod who has, I believe, who's raised the bar on, how to do it through a Christian standpoint. We're at a faith-based school, so we're allowed to pray before every practice. We're allowed to do some things from a biblical standpoint that we are allowed to bring God into everything that we do, and we believe that gives us a great opportunity to build our kids in a different way. I've seen Roland; he's done it in an unbelievable way. I've seen his magic. I've seen what he does at his school, and I've stolen some things from him because I got to work with him for probably 16 years before I became an athletic director. So there's a lot of good things I've learned from him as a coach and what he does with his program. So really, you call me an AD, but I'm really just a master thief. I've stole from everybody, and I'm gonna apply all the things that I've learned, especially from Coach Smith, to apply to our program and help us be successful.
Hey, matter of fact, Twan, when you talk about bringing God into it, I before it and before the game, and it was like kick the hell out of Buchholz Bobcats. God Almighty is gonna come down and strike upon the Buchholz Bobcats where they're not gonna play well, and we're gonna be victorious. I heard the prayer. I heard it.
Well, you heard wrong.
Well, it did happen. It did happen.
So let me ask Roland a question. What's up, Roland? How you doing, man? You've been there before. Where we had you on the show before, and now we got Hurley. You must be proud of the fact that Merritt Island is in there and that he, another former Cane player, as a high school head coach, and look what he's doing. You have to be proud of this. I know you're playing him, but still.
I'm so happy for Coach Brown, Hurley, my road roommate on the road when we travel, at the University of Miami. And also one of my classmates coming in, 87 graduates, class came in. We talked at the beginning of the season, and Hurley was a little frustrated. He called me. He said, Roland, I said, what's going on, partner? He said, I need you to send me a copy of your practice schedule. I said, my practice schedule? I said, well, what's going on? He said, man, I got parents, I got kids telling me what I'm doing. We practicing too long. We doing this and we doing that. And he said, I just want to see what you're doing so I can have a comparison to show my kids and my parents what's going on. So when I went on ahead and took a picture and sent it to him, he said, Coach, my practice is exactly like yours. It's the same length. So I'm going to show them how a state championship team practice schedule is and compare and show them what I'm doing is on the right path. And I don't know if I'm going to be here next year, because I'm tired of the fact, And then so as the season went on, I'm just seeing Hurley just winning games and realized Hurley was in class 5A and was the number 1 seed. And I said, Hurley was making a run. I said, Hurley, wouldn't it be awesome if you make that run? Because the only way we can play each other in the postseason if we play each other in the state championship game, And he did his part, we did our part, and we here. The big dance, I said, it should be some type of big write-up about 2 former, college teammates and roommates about this game. It should create a great storyline. But I'm so proud of what him and his coaching staff did for the Merritt Island Mustangs. They got that program up and running. They got the city excited. We excited as well. So I'm excited to play against one of my best friends.
I bet you never get that practice schedule back either. Can't give it back.
Hey,
it's not early.
Wait. I'm about to play the role of Don King. Since we got St. Thomas and Central up in here, hey, can we get a game schedule for next year? Oh,
man, I would love to, man. Me and Coach Harris, we done talked before. I told him I don't know why we don't play every year. You know what I'm saying? I like going out of town, put my kids on the road and playing some top teams, and he does the same thing as well. I think that get my team playoff ready. And like I told Roger, I said we want to play. I would like to play year in and year out. It doesn't matter to me. I like to play the best. So that's the only way you can get your team ready for this type of game that we're going to play on next Friday.
Well, we got an athletic game. Make that happen. Make that happen, Twan.
That's hey. It sounds like we got a game. I can make it happen on my end.
Hey, here's the thing.
Now the deal. Hold on. The
Here
deal
we
is
go.
you guys got to come to trash, because the last time we played at St. Thomas. Then we can go back and forth. I don't have a problem with that, but I would like for it to come to Dade County. Let our fans get a chance to see the top program, the top program in Broward County. And St. Thomas Aquinas is a program I have a lot of respect for, and a guy who I have a lot of respect for. I played against him when he was at U School, and I played against him when he was at St. Thomas. And it's what the fans want to see, and I think it would be a great game. I don't care. Every year I lose players, they lose players, and we just coach our butts off over there on 95th Street. And that'll be something that we'll look forward to playing. And I know they'll look forward to playing again in a game of that magnitude.
Well, Gary will make it happen because he got Radakovic and he got Mario here, so he'll work on this and it'll happen. Don't worry about it. Gary's the master of getting things done.
Hey, here's a question I have for you guys. With you guys having such great programs, St. Thomas and Central, you guys have a high school transfer portal too. I mean, kids are like zooming in, zooming out. How do you deal with that, man? I mean, it has to be crazy, because if a kid doesn't get the playing time he wants, he's just like, oh, I'm going to go to this school. Or he wants to transfer in because he's the best at this school, and he gets there and he's like, I can't compete. How do you guys deal with all these transferring as kids wanting to get in and get out? I'll start with you, Troy.
All we can do is coach the kids that are there. I mean, at St. Thomas, we believe that, the kids that step on those 2 acres, those are the kids we're going to coach. Those are the kids we're going to love on. Our weapon of choice is love. And if a kid makes a decision to do something that's best for them, who is Twan Russell? Who is St. Thomas Aquinas to tell them what to do? And we just line up with the guys that we have. We have great coaches, and those coaches coach who's there. And at the end of the day, that's all you can control. I can't control the decisions that young men make. They make them on in the best interest of themselves and their families. And for us, we just line up with who we have, and we're humble about it. And we just say, hey, if we got 45, well, we're gonna line them up and coach them the best we can. If we got 100, we're gonna line them up and coach them the best we can. And I'm sure that's a lot. I'm sure that's what a lot of coaches do. We don't really get caught up in the who's where. We just worry about who we have on our field at that time, and we coach them up. We teach them our scheme, and we line up and play football.
The thing that's absolutely amazing about both of your programs is the consistency. I mean, this is high school. Kids are coming and going in 3-4 years, and they're constantly rotating. And St. Thomas and Miami Central always somehow are in the state championship games at the end of the year. Like, I'd like each of you to tell us, what is the secret to that?
They're getting the best players, Gary. They're getting the best players. They ask them.
Go ahead, Ro.
There's some development. I disagree. There's some development going on in both programs, because I have kids that have been in my program for 4 years, and do we have kids that transfer in and transfer out? Yes, we do. But, like Twan said, we concentrate on the kids that we have in our program, and we don't worry about the kids that leave our program. If guys who want to be Rockets, we're going to coach them up. You know what I'm saying? We've had guys that transferred in this year, and transferred out because they couldn't handle the work ethic and the things that we do at Miami Central. Miami Central is not for every kid, but if a kid is going to sign up and be a part of our program, they got to do it the Rocket way, and that's the only way we know how. And I got experienced coaching staff. I must say that, I have like 5 or 6 coaches that's head coaches at other schools that coach up under me. But for the most part, I try to promote within and keep the system the same. And our coaches, we know football begins and never ends over at Miami Central, because we have to make sure we monitor our student athletes year round. Do we allow our student athletes to play other sports? Yes, we do. We allow them to run track, play basketball, wrestle, whatever they want to do. But if they're not in any of those sports, they must be with us, training and lifting weights through an off season and making sure we monitor them and make sure they want to stay hard to keep up their grades so they can make sure they can have the grades when it's time for them to come when they become seniors.
I mean, Roland said it the best. I mean, it's really about the coaches. I mean, we feel like we have a great coach in Roger Harriet. Roland's a great coach. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it when he had the best talent in the county. I've seen him do it when he had, not the best talent in the county. And I'll tell you, it's about the man that's leading those young men. And, Roland is a leader of young men, just like Roger Harriet is. And our focus at St. Thomas is about the maturation process. How do you take boys and make them men. And when you line up, if you got men playing against boys, who's going to win? And it's not always about talent. It's about consistency. It's about learning your system. It's about training and getting them acclimated to your system. As soon as we can get our guys acclimated to how we do things, and then we can master practice, then we can master the game. And
Hey, by the way, Twan, I don't mean to cut you off. I disagree with you about men playing against boys because I watched you guys play against Buchholz, and it seemed like we were boys and y'all was men. Okay.
Well, that's my point.
When y'all walked down on the field, it was a huge difference. And I tried to tell Coach Whittemore, I said, dog. He said, man, I'm so good. He said, I feel embarrassed that we embarrassed you. I said, dog, you didn't embarrass me. I already knew what was going to happen. Yeah, did you see them? I saw them a couple of times. I went to your playoff game against Atlantic. I went to your playoff game, Roland, against American Heritage. And there's a huge difference up north than it is down south. And you guys have been able to shape and mold these teams where they become teams because you got a lot of talent. But the great thing is your coaches, your staff, your program has been able to mold kids to make them be able to believe and play as one.
And I agree. And I didn't mean to say it the way I said it, you guys, because I know both of you a long time. So I didn't mean it like that. Like, you're not great coaches. You guys are great coaches. And we're all proud of you. And I don't know what happened to Hurley, but we've been watching that on
internet
Facebook.
Problems. I'm waiting for him to get a
picture. Yeah, every Friday I'm watching to see what Merritt Island does. They're winning all the time. And I've been posting on Facebook, congrats, Hurley, congrats, Hurley. I don't think he's even said thank you, Bruce, but whatever. I don't know. I'm just looking to be nice to you.
Hurley, you missed your equal time, man. Tell us about Merritt Island.
Yeah, we want to know about Merritt Island.
Hey, man, we're just up here trying to win a football game, Bruce. I haven't seen not one congratulations or anything. And hey, look, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm on Facebook every day because I'm not. So if I haven't,
I'm teasing,
I appreciate everything. Nah, you ain't teasing. You trying to take a jab. But that's all right, though. I got my boys on here tonight, so they ain't going to let you get the best out.
That's why I put Twan in the middle now. Twan can be the referee.
Hey, by the way,
you put me in the middle of two great men.
By the way, Hurley, I talked to you in the middle of the season when you were on the show, and you gave me the whole hum. You gave me the whole hum, bro. And look at you. You're in the state championship playing against Roland Smith and Miami Central.
Man, it's an honor, especially playing against my guy. Me and Roland go, oh, man, we've been knowing each other most of our lives, especially all of our adult lives. Yes. That's my guy. I've watched Roland. I've marveled at his work, and I admire him greatly. Even though I had to cover up for him on those times that he was screwing up out there in the secondary, but that's another story. We won't talk about that. But
I had to cover up for you.
Yeah, okay, all right. Now remember, Dawson ran that house up on you. I had to get that.
I'm gonna cover the efficiencies. Yeah, that was one play.
We get personal. Hey, by the way, both of y'all tried to F me up, so screw both of you.
Oh yeah, well, come on, Lamar. We had to
initiate you in the game, Fats. You know that
exactly. And hey, because of the work that we made you put in, look at you, one of the best receivers that ever played at the University of Miami.
Roland, do not call me that. I'm a grown man. Don't call me by a freshman nickname. And
hey, I went back to the college days with that one.
What'd you call him?
What you call him? Fats? Around here.
Fats? Is that what you called him?
Bruce. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, Mr. Thomas.
Hey, Twan, we forgot to mention Daryl Williams is over there with you as well.
Yes.
Yeah, Daryl Williams is with us. It's interesting. Sometimes I step on our football field. We got Daryl Williams, Jason Taylor. We have several college coaches. We have
Troy Drayton.
Coach Holt. We have Troy Drayton. I mean, we have so many. You forget you forget that they.
Man, you done hired Troy coach. I ain't seen Troy. Troy on the staff now.
Yeah, Troy tight end coach.
Oh, that's why that tight end playing the way he playing, huh?
Wow.
And honestly, that's one of the things that I enjoy about what we do at St. Thomas. It's like, we don't care. We're trying to bring in the best coaches. Nobody has an ego. Everybody comes in. Everybody gets involved in the system. And, you forget that these guys have played the game at the highest level. I mean, we have college coaches. We have guys that, played at the highest level. We've done it, you know, and when they come on our staff, they're high school football coaches, and they just do it at a high level. You know, we're just, you know, it's a cool dynamic to see all those guys work together without the egos that most staffs have.
Well, you know, Twan, that's the key. And I can sit here and talk about Roland's staff as well as my own. We just can't do it as head coaches. And I think Roger would attest to that. If you don't have the right guys in place as your assistant coaches, and that's with on any level,
right?
Then you're not going to be successful. You got to have those guys. And like you said, we can't have ego. I got a great coaching staff. I'm telling you, when you see what my guys do, man, and I'm so proud of these kids and these coaches to be in this position at this stage. Roland and I used to talk about it. We talked about it a lot. And, you know, it's amazing what we've been able to accomplish. But when you got everybody that's on the same page, rowing in the same direction, these are the results.
Hurley, I'm assuming that Roland sent you game film. I'm assuming that there was a transfer that took place of game film. Now that you've started looking at Miami Central, tell us what you see.
Man, Roland, they sent me no game film.
What is going on
here? Twan, you know this dude, we talked Saturday, right? So I'm like, Patty, you know, we got 2 weeks, but can I go ahead and we just go ahead and trade film? No, coach, man, we ain't going to do that next weekend.
No,
like, Patty, come on, bro, it's me.
Hey, by the way,
Hurley. Hey, we're gonna do it the right way. We're gonna do it the week in advance, Coach. I mean, right now I'm banged up. I'm bruised up, banged up, man. We had to come.
I'm banged up and bruised up too.
Hey, Coach, I had to play. Hear this out. I had to play North Miami Beach twice. I had to play Northwestern twice in the GMAC game. I had to play American Heritage, a great program, Killian team that was undefeated, and a Baker team that was hot. I mean, I'm serious. I mean, so this week here, we haven't really been concentrating on early. We've been concentrating on
two college teams and NFL teams.
So when does the film transfer take place? When does this happen?
Sunday.
Who's going?
No, it would take place this weekend. It would take.
Oh, okay.
No. Who's going to
Hey, like Twan said,
we don't have to do that anymore, Lamar. We don't have to do that anymore. You know that fact.
You don't do that no more.
Man, come on, man. Hey, so I guess I ain't been playing nobody. I beat Rockledge twice. I beat Satellite twice. We played Leesburg.
No, I didn't say that. I was just talking about me. I'm banged up. You know, I'm just telling you about me. I don't know. Yeah.
Hey, this is good. This is
so
great.
I'm trying to get healthy. So we're doing a show on Friday at 1 p.m.
Listen,
hey, Lamar, you hear this, right?
But I'm about to tell you what. But I know the guy Roland Smith, and his answer is gonna be.
Hey, Lamar, he got arguably one of the best teams in the state of Florida.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
And I can't get his film?
You want film? Hurley, what you mean you want film? What? It's YouTube.
Huh?
You go YouTube. Go to YouTube.
Hey, Lamar, I can't hear you, baby. I don't know where you at? You on the beach somewhere, boy?
He's at boat campus.
Now he was saying
he's boat campus. Hey, they need to do something about their doggone Wi-Fi or something, baby, because you in and out.
Hey guys,
tell Kim, man, he gonna have you at boat campus, but you got to eat.
I like the fighting between Hurley and Roland. Who's gonna win this game, you guys?
Hey man, it's gonna be a very competitive game.
It's too early. It's too early.
Well, I haven't seen the film.
I haven't seen any film. I haven't seen anything. Hey,
I haven't seen no film either.
I watched him play Killian live on the little stream, and dude, hey, he's got an amazing team. They are extremely fast. He's got 2 great quarterbacks. He's got a couple of, really good receivers. His offensive line is big, they're strong, and his defense is they're lights out. So it's going to be a great. It's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a hell of a challenge. But the one thing that I'm looking forward to is being on that other sideline from my guy. One of my better friends, and looking across and seeing him over there, and man, I feel like I've made it. Roland has played for what, 9 championships, Roland?
This will be my 10th, considering assistant coaches 2 and the other one's 8. 8 as the head coach.
This is his 10th state championship, and hey, it's my first, whether it's playing or coaching, state championship. And man, I'm still on cloud nine. It's surreal. Lamar, I ain't gonna lie. I was just looking at your text a little while ago when I got home. I'm like, dang, man, we made it to state, bro.
Yeah.
It's an awesome feeling. It's an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Well,
Lamar.
well, maybe they'll be overconfident and flat early.
Yeah, you heard what Roland said. Now, Roland learned from Jimmy Johnson and Dennis Erickson. That's what he's talking about.
Hey, Lamar.
He got our
Lamar.
film already, too. He can't
We could sucker him into overconfidence during this show.
Man,
Hey, Lamar.
Roland,
even though I played in 8 state championship, 10 state championship, and 8 as a head coach, man, you know what, man, it's still exciting. It's my first one. I'm very excited because we got some kids on my staff, on my team that haven't won a state championship. I don't wear my rings. I wear them, when I first get them. But, I just, in the community, it just, the winning brings so much school spirit, to the community and to the school. I'm just excited to see kids have so much pride. That's what I enjoy about this deal here. But like Coach was saying earlier, man, like Hurley was saying earlier, you're only as good as the guys you have on your staff, man. And I'm not one to say I can't do this by myself. I have a tremendous coaching staff, a great coaching staff. I was a great assistant coach when I was assistant coach for Coach Goldsmith and for Coach Billy Rowe. And so I've tried to hire guys that would be great assistant coaches, like I was. I wanted my group to be the best group. And every day in practice, man, we so competitive, man. I mean, when you're the weak link, you get talked about, So that's why we have a high standard. We have guys we don't complain about. We have seniors here. We have our kids that grew up early. And we tell our kids, man, we don't care if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. The best players play. And if you look at throughout our program, even the Bassett kid, he started for me as a 10th grader. He didn't start for me as a 9th grader, but he earned offers as a 10th grader. Amari Daniels was at Texas A&M, played for me as a true freshman. He was in our 4 or 5 deep backfield, that we ran, as a true freshman. We went to Bishop Gorman and played Bishop Gorman when he was a true freshman a couple of years ago, and he rushed for over 150 yards, and James Cook rushed for over 170 yards. So it's about, development. It's about, do we have good players? Yes, we do. But do we have some players that we have development? A lot of times we have a lot of kids, man, a couple of our programs that you have to develop. When we played St. Thomas a couple of years ago, I had a 5'5" linebacker starting that game, but he was tough as nails, Coach. He was a program kid. He was a kid that after high school, he was going to be a college prospect, but he was a hell of a high school football program kid for me and did a tremendous job for me. And I wouldn't have won state if I didn't have that kid, So these are the type of stories that's not told. They always like to talk about the high quality kids, the 5-star, 4-star kids, but they never talk about those kids. Even my backup quarterback this year was a kid who didn't play at all, and he had to be thrust into playing time. And I thought my quarterback coach and my OC and those guys did a tremendous job getting him ready to play in the biggest game. Because every week we play big games. We don't shy from competition. We can't help about the schools that's in our district that we have to play that may not be up to some of the standards teams that we put on our schedule. But when we play those teams, we play our young kids. And when our young kids get in, they are taught to play at a high level. If you on the field, we expect you to play at a higher level. High level.
Hey man, so why
he's
can't
definitely a former Hurricane, that's for sure.
Why can't I just get the film rolling?
You're gonna get the film, Coach. You're gonna get film this weekend, Coach.
Why can't you practice?
That's awesome. Hurley, you need a lawyer?
Yeah, I need Jesus. He won't even let me get the tape. This guy's got guys that are playing in the National Football League right now. Dalvin Cook. Who else
they can't play Friday.
That's what you've been reading. You just said you develop your kids. You're developing the next Dalvin Cook somewhere.
Hey, I know he's got something out there, Hurley. Because look at this, man.
You did a tremendous.
This is yesterday, okay? The first time Mario Cristobal walked off campus, he goes to Roland's practice field.
Of course. Because he
got that suit on today.
The only reason he was there, Coach, he came to see me, but he also came to make sure the kid who committed to them before he got there was still solid and stuff like that. And he just did what he's supposed to do. So,
Roland, I don't have a kid that's playing. I have one kid that may play Power 5 football.
That's the number 4. He's a good-looking kid, man.
Oh, you got film on
watching.
No. I seen pictures of him. Coach, I seen pictures of him. I don't have no film. I seen pictures of him. Coach,
He better send me the tape, man.
He look like Zeus, the guy from Rocky, man. He's so big, man. Boy. He's a
Man,
good
yeah,
kid.
okay.
I don't have a kid
All right,
like
so
him on my team.
all right, so that number 11 you got, who he look like?
He don't look like your
Daddy?
kid.
Oh Lord.
He look better than my kid.
LT, they
He
don't have
play.
film
He
of
play.
each other, but they breaking down film right now.
Yeah, listen, I got an idea. How about I negotiate this? Hurley, you don't have to send Roland anything. Roland, you got to send him a tape. Let's
There
make
you
this
go.
a little fair.
Roland already got my tape. I don't know how he got it. He got it.
He got my tape. I know everybody in the county trying to make sure they see my tape. He done got my tape. He
Look at
got all,
LT.
he got all
Hey,
13
wait.
on my film.
Wait. Let's ask
What a
the
mess.
athletic director, how do you deal with, the whole thing of sending tape? I mean, making sure that everything is on equal grounds as an athletic director, because I know you have to be involved.
That's a problem. I mean, I think across the board. I mean, there's rules that dictate when you have to send the film. Usually by Sunday night, most teams should be able to swap film. Most people are on huddle, so you put your film on huddle. The other team put their film on huddle, and the computer knows when the film gets there, and then it automatically syncs at the same time. Now, there's some coaches out there playing funny business. I mean, what they're doing right now is gamesmanship. You do not have to
Nice
share
word,
the
by the
film.
way. Nice word, Twan. Nice word.
But you don't have to share the film until a week before unless both parties agree. So
Yeah,
once that time frame happens, they're going to share the film because you're going to get fined. You can have a problem if you don't share.
Well, let's agree right here on the Lamar Thomas show that we need to get this done tomorrow. How about that? Come on, guys. Kumbaya.
It ain't going to happen.
Let's get this.
Who said Roland said this weekend?
Come on.
Roland's sitting there saying, Lamar, don't ever invite me to the show again.
Hey, just to change the subject a little bit, like think about what we've done here in the last few days with Mario and how he's going to change the game in high school football. I mean, you're talking about after his press conference, he's already hitting the road talking to coaches. I mean, literally, and I said this to someone just the other day. He was out recruiting what Miami was doing in South Florida from Oregon. Imagine what he's going to do now that he's here. He understands the dynamics. He understands the politics. Yeah. He understands how to play the game and make sure that kids feel the love. He's playing close enough, and he's because really, if you're not talking to these kids when they're sophomores, when they starting to get on the map, you're gonna miss out on them. He understands that dynamic of how to navigate those waters because he knows how to talk and communicate to people. And I'm not saying that because anyone else wasn't able to communicate, but he just does it at a high level. He's done it at a high level.
He's not saying it. He said it.
No, he ain't saying that.
He didn't say it.
By the way, Twan, I appreciate the media pass, the sideline pass, whatever, but this is the Lamar Thomas show. I make the segues, okay? And I was going to that, but you took my thunder. So what the hell?
Hey.
What the hell, man? Jesus.
No, the segue is
sick, I can come on and help.
The segue is that people want to know how many of the St. Thomas kids are going to wind up in Miami because it's not a big secret. A lot of the Miami fans are like, why can't we get St. Thomas?
Hey, Lamar. Lamar.
Yeah.
I got my O-line coach on there. Add Coach Chop on there. Coach Chop, my O-line coach, Michael Ross. He said add him on to the show.
There he is.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Early, add your D-line coach on there. Call your D-line coach.
But let me get my head coach.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let me get
Gary, go get Lori.
Oh, y'all
Stop.
What's up, baby? I'm coming to see you, Chop. I'm coming to see you, baby.
Hey, Chop, Hurley say no.
Hey, Chop.
Hurley.
I may not be able to do nothing with you because I can't get film. I don't know what y'all look like. I don't know how y'all look. I don't even know if y'all got players here because I can't get the film. All I know is I watch y'all play Killian. Man, listen, Lord have mercy. Woo, Jesus. Like, Lord, why we in 5A?
Yeah, why are you in 5A?
I don't know. You know how that go. That's above my pay grade. I just coach football.
Hey, man, you know what? You're in 5A and you're playing for the title, brother. So, you know what? That's awesome.
And I'm playing against my dog.
That's okay.
The question I have for you guys. The question I have for you guys. The question I have for you guys. How did you feel about whatever they called it, where all of a sudden you get in the semifinals and all of a sudden they change the whole seeding chart, the reseed. How did you guys feel about that?
Well, we knew it was going to happen. We didn't know. Lamar, you know how this thing goes, man. We gonna line up and play whoever they put in front of us. It didn't matter. We knew that. Hey, look, once we got past that third round, that second round, that there was a good chance that they were going to reseed it. And our biggest challenge at that particular time, we felt, was beating Rockledge. And having beaten Rockledge twice, we felt that we had a good shot of going all the way. Now Sebring, we weren't sure if we were gonna have to play Sebring. We thought we were gonna play Baker County, but I tell you what, and LeVar Scott, who was another former Hurricane,
yes,
man, it was a hell of a game. I'm telling you, man, I'm extremely proud of LeVar and what he's done with that program. And dude, we had to play our butts off, and we ended up kicking the field goal at the very end to win that game. But man, it was a really good game. Our kids had to really step up and play.
Lamar, it was kind of tough for me. Seeing that we lost our first two games, but I thought it was the schedule was going to play a part in us getting a top seed. We was a third seed, man, so we had to travel. Wow. We played our first home game that we was home team against American Heritage. We had to travel to them, and then we had to travel to Miami Killing, who was the undefeated team. But I felt like the type of schedule that we scheduled and the teams we played prepared us for those moments when we played against those two teams. American Heritage is a great team. They coached by Patrick Tan, and he does a tremendous job there to go into American Heritage and be down 21-6, and for our kids and my coach to keep their composure and bring it up to 21-20 by half, and then to make our run in the second half. Hats off to my kids and my coaches for that. And then we had to play against a Killian team that was on 12-0, and they was riding high. My former assistant coach, Gary Gibson, was my defensive coordinator, who's the head coach at Alma Mater. He got that team playing good, and I had to go against another assistant coach of mine, and it was a great game. And we like Hurley say, we went out there and we beat them at their home field. So we finally got the reseeding where we was our strength of schedule was higher than Baker County, and we was able to play our semifinals there against a team from Baker County High School and Baker County outside of Jacksonville. And my team was kind of excited to play that game because it was our last home game at Trash Power Stadium. And we thought our first playoff game was going to be our last home game. And like you say, at halftime it was 14-14. And I had to go in there and get my kids back. We focused on playing, our rocket ball, and we made the adjustments we need to make. And we came out and we kind of ran away with the game in the second half. And so I was excited and I was glad about it. So because it gave us a chance to play another home game, before the state championship game.
Hey, Patrick, what was that adjustment y'all made?
Man, I can't tell you that.
Hey, but speaking of reseeding,
I need to take a shot on that.
I almost got it, Chop.
Hey, Roland, send him the answer to that when you send him the film.
Speaking of reseeding, what the FSSA right now, they're trying to mess with all the reseedings across the state. So that right now, classifications and all that stuff is going by school size. Yeah. So now they're trying to put they're trying to say, okay, let's put all the top teams or whoever Max Preps perceives as the top teams in brackets, because I think it's an attack on the South. I think really they're trying to say that South Florida is winning too much, and they're trying to disrupt, and they want to put all the big schools in one area, and I think it's ridiculous, because really what you're going to do, you're going to break up rivalries, and then you're gonna make it where you have somebody else dictating who plays someone. It's not about school size, because the bigger the school is or the smaller the school is, there are deficiencies or things that happen on a positive standpoint. If you got a lot of kids in your school, well, you got a better opportunity to with depth and more kids to play the sport. So you should be lining up against schools like that. Like you can put some teams in bad situations. Yeah, they're winning at that level. But if you move them up to 5A, 6A, 7A, they may not be able to be successful, but they're winning at a lower. They're winning at 3A, and I think if we're not careful, man, when we go to the voting process, they can really mess up sports throughout the state of Florida.
Right, and they can wind up knocking each other out. And some other team that's not even that good can win this thing because you guys have knocked each other off.
Hey, by the way, the fact that your kids still play hard for an AD that has a flat top, that's some real serious shit right there. You know what I'm saying? That's some,
you just mad because you can't grow one.
You damn right, though. I've been holding it.
Who had a flat top in college, LT?
That was in college. Early had one. Roland had one. I don't know about Chop, but I know them two guys had one. But then
can y'all let Coach Harry on?
I'm trying to. His camera's not on.
Can you guys hear me?
Rod,
I can hear you, Coach.
You gotta turn your camera on, Rod.
There you go. Come on, Rod. Turn your camera on now. I hear you.
Yeah, we know what you look like.
We big time up in here now.
He probably walking around with no shirt off. That's the problem.
We know what you look like, Roger. Come on, let's go.
He's hard like that. Roger, where you at, man?
He's hiding.
He's putting his shirt on. He work out still.
He's got no camera.
Twan is
we done lost Hurley, man. Where Hurley at? I done lost Hurley.
Hey,
where Hurley go?
Hey, Twan, can't you get this guy a computer?
Right there. Ain't going nowhere.
No, man. This is.
Whatever. I need to hear you say one time. You go, we go. You go, we go. Come on, dog. I need that tonight.
And I thought we'd be talking about Mario Cristobal for 2.5 hours. I guess not.
Hey, man, this is high school right now.
I'm gonna tell you though.
Forever.
I'm gonna tell you, Mario about to change the game in high school football in South Florida. Honestly, I think when you look at a guy that can put a circle around South Florida and say, "Hey, I'm gonna go out there and get every recruit," because he relates. He can walk into any room in any environment. And I mean, I love the guy. I mean, he was a senior when I was a freshman, and he took care of me the same way LT did. When just so y'all know, LT was the reason I stayed at the University of Miami, because when I got there, they were trying to beat me up every day. And if it wasn't for LT, I think I would have – I don't know if I would have left, but I don't know if I would have survived.
You're going to hurt somebody, dog. You're going to hurt somebody.
Hey, there's Roger.
There's Roger.
There he is.
He finally turned his camera on.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got a full thing going on right here. So, Roger, just so you know, we got a game next year already scheduled with Central.
Yeah.
I'm keen. I already got
Darryl Williams on this thing.
Can we get
put them all on there?
Can we get a jamboree with Central and Merritt Island? No.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
I like that.
You can play Central. You ain't playing Merritt Island.
and you can have it sponsored by Ryan Collins. What is it? Insurance?
Ernie, what you say, Ernie? You not playing?
No. Playing Miami Central and St. Thomas Aquinas? Come on, man.
Hey, why Hurley got to go off when I come on? What's wrong, Hurley?
Keep him on, Hurley.
No. Hey, I'm trying to get Darryl Williams on this thing and get my offensive coordinator on here. Ain't going nowhere. I'm here.
Hey, we trying to pack this thing right here.
These guys, Roger, these guys were going at it because they haven't exchanged film yet. It got pretty ugly for a while.
Yeah. Hey, Rod, what you think about that, man?
What?
Did you exchange film yet?
Huh?
Did you exchange your film yet?
Really, you never look better.
Really upside down.
This is great.
Rod, did you exchange your film yet?
We did, yeah.
When do you play?
Next week.
Okay, see, Patty? See that?
Hey, I'm not as good as Roger, man. I want to change the week before.
Roger, you believe they won't exchange film yet?
Hold on. No, you're right, man. He's not as good as he's better.
Gamesmanship.
Hey, Rod.
Gamesmanship.
Hey, Rod. He back there sitting. He can play me without exchanging film.
No. We're gonna exchange film. I'm not that good.
I like that idea. Not exchanging film.
You're going to get film this weekend. Trust me, boss. I need your film.
Hey, man. But hey, welcome, Coach
I would
Murray,
never do
small
that,
offensive
Coach. I'm
coordinator.
old school.
Okay, Murray.
Yes,
Sorry, coaches. I hope.
So,
I caught him on the interview. Coach, after the game. He's a former Mustang player. You guys got that city excited, man. Got y'all town excited, man. I'm so happy for Hurley, and I'm so excited for you guys, man, for making the state championship game. You guys did a tremendous job this season. So, okay, hats off to you guys, the Mustangs.
Agreed, man. Agreed. We're proud of you, Hurley, man.
Yeah, we said we're proud of him, man. It's just incredible to have all you guys like this. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Coach
we appreciate it, Rod.
Coach Murray, how you doing?
To be in the same sentence as
Roger. Yeah.
I heard you said, I don't give a damn who Hurley roommate was. We're going to tear that ass up.
Hey, Hurley, I don't even talk like that, man. I got to respect.
Hey, man, I didn't say that, Patty. I didn't say that.
Hey, I didn't say that either.
I heard Roland say, damn the film. He ain't getting it.
No, I don't rock like that, man.
Hurley said go to YouTube. No, Patty said go to YouTube, Hurley.
Hey, what Chop went? Chop.
He's there. Where Chop at? He
Chop's having problems with his internet.
Chop, you got something, Chop.
Somebody's recording this classic. I hope someone's recording this classic.
We are.
Patty,
Chop hasn't said a word yet.
Patty, you got me sweating. I'm scared. I just don't. We ain't seen no film. We don't even. All we heard was number 11 was a beast. That's all I heard. Number 11 was a beast. 81 is a track star.
Hey, watch out for number 19 too.
There you go, Lamar. Number 19.
Hey, Lamar. Hey, Lamar.
I was at the game, bro. Bro, I was at the game. I was impressed.
Oh, man.
My bad. Just like I had to tell Buholt about St. Thomas. I said, hey, dog. Coach said, hey, dog, what chance we got? I said, yeah, man. They a little banged up. They holding some players out. Y'all might be okay.
Do you hit him with the you go, we go?
Yeah, I said in passing, I said, we go, you go, we go.
Hey, who was the assistant coach who tried to fight JT on the 50 yard? That guy.
I didn't hope that didn't happen.
Because that's what made it real bad for them.
Hey, Lamar, y'all fighting out on the field? You all fight?
Tried.
Hey, man, they got the
man.
spirit of Lamar.
We have
the spirit of Lamar Thomas and Vernon Maxwell. They got that. You know, they trying to.
Hey, Lamar, we had a similar situation against Killian, man. You know, coach was talking noise, cussing us out. I mean, I don't know why our team try to intimidate us, man. I mean, we're not gonna say my kids shut up. We don't talk,
right?
But they bop that now. If you want to talk, but we tell them we gonna let our play between the tackles, between the lines, to be talking. You know, so why we gonna waste energy? We got cheerleaders for that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Hurley, you hear that? So you guys better shut the hell up when you guys get.
Hey, Roger, we don't talk. I tell my team all the time, this is not a debate team.
I'm trying to be
football player. And you wanted to be on the debate team, you gonna get on the debate team. We came to play football.
Hey, by the way, Hurley, I was 0-2 against me. Fuck you.
What kind of language is this?
I can't hear Lamar. What Lamar said?
I was 0-2 against Merritt Island. F you, Hurley Brown.
Hey, what kind of show is we cuss on the show?
Really
on the show?
Where's Caesar?
People off on the show.
This is Lamar's Thomas show.
Y'all was like 0-8 anyway. It ain't like we beat a great team. Y'all had more of the game.
Dog, first of all, bro, don't even go there, bro.
What year was this, Hurley? What year was this, Hurley?
It was a top 5 matchup,
1985.
Hey, y'all had Darryl Spencer with shoulder pads up to his nipple. I mean, come
hey,
on,
man,
bro.
We all had them shoulder pads. Hip pads came all the way up to.
Y'all had the hip pads all the way up here running the wing tee, dog. I mean, no, I'm sorry, the wishbone.
Wishbone.
I'm sorry. Yeah, dog. So don't go there, bro. I'm sorry about that. Hey, by the way, I got to tell you, I've watched all of your teams play, man. I am so proud of all of you. You know, Hurley tried to throw me in the okie doke early in the year, and that's why I went back and watched his film. And then Roger, we talk all the time. Roland, I'm definitely watch your program, man. I'm so proud of all you guys, man, and what you've been able to accomplish. But let me ask you this: with Mario being down here, does that change the game of recruiting as far as the state of Florida? And
I'm gonna take a jab at that first, Lamar. Let me say
okay.
this. First of all, congratulations, Mario Cristobal. All right, Mario, all of us were teammates. We all love him. We've all watched him. I've watched him because we actually came into the business together around the same time. And I will say this: Mario's gonna outwork everybody.
Yes,
You will not outwork Mario Cristobal in recruiting. And Mario's he's burning the candle on both ends, and that's one thing he's gonna do. So if you don't know if you're not used to working like that, get out of the business, get out of the game, because he's gonna raise the standard of recruiting, and he's gonna get a lot of kids. And so yes, he's gonna definitely change it. It's getting ready to change, and he's the guy to do it. I'm proud of him. Extremely happy for him and his family coming back home, and it's a great time for the University of Miami.
It is. Amen, baby.
Hurley, you could have said it best, man. I told him on yesterday, man. I'm happy for him and his family getting a chance to come down and be the head coach at his alma mater. I know that's something that he really want to do. When he got the opportunity, it was tough leaving Oregon, because the Phil Knight and the Nike people, they did a tremendous job, trying to keep him there. But it was an opportunity he couldn't turn down, and I'm just glad if someone was able to get the University of Miami, and someone that I know is going to work tirelessly for that school is going to be Mario, because wherever he's been, even as an assistant coach when he was at Rutgers, when he was the head coach at FIU, he got players wherever he was at from my team, from Rutgers to FIU. Only place he didn't get somebody at is Oregon. Maybe because it was too far, but my kids would go anywhere. But if he would have came after him, like he came up the rest of them, I'm quite sure he would have gotten one of my kids too. So, kudos to Mario and his family, and my American got a great one.
Yeah, I think you guys would know this the best. I don't think the players on the team know what they're in for yet. You guys could talk about it. He mentioned in the press conference that these kids are not – if they're not ready to work like he wants them to work, go someplace else. You better be ready. So you guys can talk about that. What are they –
All right, Roger. All right, Roger, your turn. Let's see what you got, Roger.
Well, everybody on here knows that Mario is an extremely charismatic individual, and he's in a tremendous amount of force, which is coming from a good place. And he wears his emotions on his sleeve. He's extremely passionate. I think it's going to be a breath of fresh air with regards to the culture of South Florida that has been a little bit subdued over the past several years. You've had individuals in the leadership position who were more adamant about catering to the administration instead of the kids and what the tradition and spirit of the Miami Hurricanes is all about. And Cristobal is a real players coach. He's truthful to his word. He doesn't know how to do anything but go full speed ahead. So I think it's going to be a positive.
Ooh.
Hey, so you saw it, hey, Gary. So I'm assuming you saw the press conference, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that tells you everything you need to know, Mario.
Everything you need to know.
That tells you everything, right, dude. And I'm telling you, if you're not ready to play at that level, you saw how intense he was during that interview. Okay, and it was almost like he was giving a pregame speech, but that's him. He's 100 miles per hour all the time, and he's so passionate. He loves what he's doing so much. He's gonna do. I'm telling you, if you're lazy, don't go to Miami. Don't go. Don't waste your time. Don't waste his time. But if you want to go somewhere where somebody's gonna demand your best every day and get the most out of you, you go to Miami, because that's what he's gonna do.
He's gonna bring energy for sure to the kids. The ones that are gonna have some concern are the coaches. The coaches are gonna be held to an extremely high standard, and Mark have a problem at all with having healthy confrontations. And he's, like I said, he's gonna be a strong force. And if you're not the type of coach that can, deal with difficult circumstances or confrontations, then they're gonna have a hard time with him. But the players are gonna enjoy him. He's gonna keep it upbeat. He's gonna bring a real sense of force out there. It's gonna be healthy for the community.
I think also with Mario, his superpower for me is elevating the people around him. I mean, he's going to bring in a higher level of guys with the higher expectations that matches his, but also just the expectations are going to be different. It's not just, hey man, you call these 3 guys. No, you call these 30 guys a night. You make sure that you're staying on top of your game from a recruiting standpoint, and you're going to be expected to do your X's and O's, and you're going to be expected to go see your family and love on them. Like, he's going to hold everybody to a higher accountability, and not just in the football office. I mean, just in what I understood from what people have written, how meticulous his contract was for him to be successful. I almost see it where he says, hey, you know what? I need this dollar amount because I need you to be as invested in me as I need you to be, as I'm going to be in you. I need to make sure these things are going to happen because I need to make sure when people step on this campus, they're going to know what they're going to get. I need this over here because when my coaches step on this campus, I need them to be taken care of. They can't be worrying about their families. We have to pay them a certain amount of money. Like the fact that he went into it with a plan well before his first coach steps on the campus, and he tied it into his contract. That's the kind of man that you have. Like, he's a big picture thinker. You're going to see you're not just going to see the team transform. I think you'll see the school transform from a facility standpoint, from the type of people who are walking through the building. He doesn't have an ego. He don't care about people being around him smarter than him, but he knows that he has to do that in order to elevate the program. And that's the thing I'm most excited about, that he's going to make sure that people that need to be at the University of Miami will be there to help elevate the program where it needs to be at.
I know one school that's going to be recruited better than it's been in the last 10 years or so. I can name one right now.
Right there, RH.
Well, that's his name.
St. Thomas.
Because I mentioned it on before, Roger, and I said that. There's a lot of fans that are concerned about why we're not getting St. Thomas kids and Heritage kids. And I'm not going to sit here and blame coaches, but I agree with you. It's going to change. Doesn't mean everybody's going to change.
And I'm not, and I, I know I made a comment earlier. I'm not dishing Manny, because I'm gonna tell you, when you look at the past head coaches that we've had, it's not just the head coach's fault. Our school did not give them enough resources. Let's be honest.
Right.
I mean, if you start all the way back to Randy Shannon was set up from the very beginning. You cannot have a head football coach at a Division I school making less than $1 million. You have a glass ceiling. You can't pay your assistants. Assistants around way make $2 million sometimes. So, and now they're gonna live in Coral Gables. The guy can't even pay. He can't barely pay for a car, and his wife is home all the time. You have to provide comfort for people if you're gonna put them in Miami. It's expensive to live, and Absolutely. What Mario did, Mario tied all that stuff into his contract. He understood the dynamic of Miami because he's from there. He understands the population. So he tied what I understand is he negotiated, certain dollars for all his assistants to make sure those guys can be paid so he can get the right people in. Because I'm going to tell you, being a head football coach or coaching is hard business. And if you are thinking about how you're going to make sure your wife is taken care of and your kids are going to be taken care of, you're going to fail at work, because I'm going to tell you, mama ain't happy, nobody happy. And you have to have enough resources in the building to make sure those families are taken care of, so those coaches can focus on what they need to focus on at work.
Yeah, I think he's the perfect guy for Miami. Doesn't mean he's going to win championships, but as far as I'm concerned,
he's going to win championships. Don't be putting no doubt on this.
I'm saying I'm not saying we're going to guarantee it.
Who?
But he's the right guy.
Hey guys, you see who this guy is right here?
I see that guy back there.
You see
Shiny
Ryan
head.
Collins? You see
God.
Wait, it's Ryan Collins. Wait, we got to put this up on the screen.
Yeah. Advanced Insurance Financial, sponsor of the show, baby.
Advanced Financial and Insurance.
You want to say a word? You want to say a word, Ryan?
RC, what's happening?
Ryan, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? I see Twan, Hurley, Roland, Roger, Bruce. What's going on, guys?
RC,
What's
Hey,
up,
hey,
my
why you guys
brother?
so why you guys so nice on the show, man?
They were talking really bad about you, Ryan. I'll call you later and tell you what they
You
said.
guys, I hear Hurley talking about he ain't trying to beat Roland, Roland trying to be nice. That's not normal, man. That's not normal stuff right there, man. I don't know, Herbert Twan, you were talking about earlier that you only stayed at the school because of Lamar. Well, there's some bad things that happened to you when you first got to that school, so I don't know why you lying about
Well, but that's what I was saying. Like Lamar kept my head right.
Say what?
Lamar kept my head right because y'all were tripping when I first got there.
Hey,
if it wasn't for LT and Mark Caesar, I don't know what I would have done.
You said Mark Caesar of all people?
I'm gonna tell you, people don't realize this. Every time I see Mark Caesar protected me. There was some stuff that happened to me at university, and Mark Caesar protected me. He made sure.
Hey, Roland, do you believe that?
Hey, Mark. Hey, I had to get Mark Caesar off the doggone guys who was on pledge on campus. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? They used to call me. Get Mark, man. What is he doing?
He changed.
Hey, Caesar's one of the best dudes I know, boy. But boy, and we went in there to try and cut you guys here. You were the main one. We were after you. Boy, I don't even know how we friends today, Twan.
Man, y'all beat me down, man. First of all, they beat me down. They took my food that my mama gave me.
Twan, you didn't want to get your hair cut?
Okay, we got time for a story.
Go ahead.
Of course, it's Lamar's show. He doesn't have any say in it.
Okay, my freshman year. So you got to get your hair cut. So they said, hey, y'all better have your hair cut before dinner. So I went back to I had clippers. I got 3 roommates. We're in a suite. So I cut Chris hair. I cut Rashid's hair, and then I was cutting Booker hair. While I'm cutting Booker hair, they banging on the door, and they're like, "Hey, let us in. We're gonna whoop y'all tail. Y'all better have your hair cut." And then I just finished Booker. I said, "Hey man, cut my hair real quick." Book gonna go up to the door talking about, "Yeah, my name Twan Russell. When y'all come here, I'm gonna whoop y'all." Blah blah blah.
Oh no!
Them jokers bust down that door. They beat me with my own clippers.
Wow. Hurley, I don't know why you sit there quiet because I think you might have been
took my money, took everything. They took everything I had and took it. To this day, I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, man.
I thought Mark was supposed to come on the show because they texted him the information.
Hey, RC.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. My offensive coordinator's on here. Can you give him 1 to 2 tips of what it's going to take for us to beat Roland Smith next week?
Hey, man. Listen, Hurley, I love you, my big brother, but Roland looked out for us and helped us win a championship when we were at Flanagan. He helped me a lot. I can't do it. Y'all on your own. Y'all roommates. Otherwise, I would help you. Because Roland and Snipes always had my back, man, so I can't do it.
So you taking sides?
Don't look at me like that, Hurley. I would help you, but I can't do it.
I didn't have your back.
Hey, them summer workouts, Ryan. Them summer workouts.
Yeah, you my big brother, but I'm saying they have my back, man. They always looked out for us, so I can't say nothing. You on your own, man.
So you can't tell my offensive coordinator nothing.
Man, that guy's sharp, man.
I'm neutral, man. I'm gonna go to the game. I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna watch the game to sit there and not say nothing. And if I'm there with Lamar, you know he go put the show on.
All right, Roger. Come on, Rod. Help us out, Rod.
Hold on.
Come on, Rod.
You don't want my advice. It beat us up a couple years ago.
Hey, just so you guys know, man, this how this show is, man. We've had people just show up here and be on this show, and I'm so happy that you guys, man, decided to come on the show tonight. This is awesome, man. To sit and talk high school football and the state of the University of Miami recruiting with you guys, man. It's been awesome, man. I mean, some of the premier programs in the state of Florida. I hate to say that because obviously St. Thomas beat the crap out of Buchholz because like you said, Twan, you Christian school and all that other stuff. And Hurley, obviously, Buchholz against Maryland and shit, stuff didn't work out. Okay, and Roland, I had to pray that Lamar Jackson made it to Louisville because of you. Okay, those 2 times.
Yes.
So to have all you guys on the show, and I'm sorry, Coach Murray,
Yeah,
thank
Coach.
you for
I want to
coming
hear
on
from
the
Coach
show.
Murray.
Yeah, Coach Murray got to
Murray,
talk.
can you say something? Unmute yourself so we can hear you say something.
Hey
So
man,
what you gonna do? What you gonna do to Central
I'm
defense?
happy to
Come
be in
on.
the room with all you legends.
This is royalty here, man.
Hey,
What
I
you
told
gonna
you.
do to Central defense, dog? Tell them.
Hey, we just got to worry about us. I can't worry about nobody else.
No, that ain't your true feeling.
Oh, come
I know
on, man. That's politically correct. We ain't
Come on,
politically
man.
correct on this show, Tyler. Get
Bro,
going.
when you go home, when you at home tonight and you looking in that mirror, you like, I'm gonna F them up. I'm gonna go deep on their ass. Come on, man. Come on, give it to me, bro.
Hey, like I said, we gotta worry about us. If we do the little things right, whether fall the right way. Yeah.
So you're not going to disclose all the weaknesses on Central? You're not going to tell us? Okay.
He don't know what they are.
There ain't many weaknesses.
Ain't no film.
We ain't seen no film. He won't see the film.
Hey, I need film first.
We're back to the film again.
Yeah. Hey, Coach Murray. Roller said he gonna beat us without the film.
No, Coach, you gonna get the film. I don't work that way.
He said he don't even want the film.
I promise you, you had a film this weekend.
Man, I had to watch the Killian game on a damn Instagram live stream.
Roland's going to give you the film, Hurley, and he'll sit there and break it down with you. That's what he's going to do.
Here's what we got tonight.
Let's trade tomorrow, Patty. Your last three. I give you my last three. You get my last three.
Hey man, I'm gonna give you my last.
Here's what we got out of this show tonight.
I'm gonna give you my last.
Hey, Roger, you see this man?
Tonight.
And that's my boy.
We got the fact.
I'm like the godfather to his kids, bro.
St. Thomas is going to
play.
He
wanted to send me the tape.
Merritt Island
I'll tell you,
in the preseason classic. We got that closed down, okay? And the fact that Hurley and Roland are definitely going to play in the state championship, and they're going to play next year too. I like this. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Now if we're in the same division, we can't play each other during the season.
Let me take a drink on that.
You heard? Here we go again.
Hey, first of all, before we go, Lamar, I want to first of all congratulate St. Thomas for making the state, and I also want to congratulate Merritt Island. So Roger and Hurley, great job. You know, Roger, same thing with you. Year in, year out, you always in the big dance. You know, kudos to you and Hurley. I'm so proud of you, homie. You know, I'm going to be excited to see you on that sideline, man. And before the game, after I do my little ritual with my team. I'm looking forward to seeing you and playing against a Hurley Brown coach team. I know your team is a senior lag team, and you're going to have them guys ready to play. So I do have a lot of respect for what you do. You not only at the high school level, but you also coach at the collegiate level. You did a tremendous job as assistant coach wherever you've been. Now you have your own program at the high school level, and you're doing a tremendous job. So kudos, homeboy, for what you've done for that program and bring that program back to life, man. So that's all.
Let me take a drink on that.
We're proud of all you guys, even you, Lamar.
Appreciate it, fellas.
Thank you, man.
Sound like he buttering you up, dog. Sound like he buttering
you up. Yeah, it sounds like it.
Hey, that's what he doing.
Don't fall for that, Hurley.
I mean that, man.
Come on, man. Hey, he don't know the little text that he sent his homeboy. The little homeboy sent the text to me yesterday, telling me he's gonna kick my ass.
I don't play like that. I don't talk like that. You know that.
Hey. But again, man, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for guys like Coach Murray, and that's why I wanted him on here to, you guys get a chance to see him and meet him. Great guy, he's done a hell of a job. He's a former Mustang that played here. He's got that same family pride tradition that we live by, and it is just an honor for both of us to be able to, because we actually came here together when we both decided to come back home. We joined forces together, and we've been together ever since, man. And this is the result. So. Couldn't do it without guys like that, man. It's just amazing.
Coach Murray. Great job.
I appreciate that.
Good luck to all you guys. Good luck to all you guys.
Roger,
even you, Twan.
Good luck against Tampa Bay Tech.
I appreciate it, and congrats again, Coach Smith, Coach Brown, Coach Murray. You guys are all an inspiration for us. I grew up looking up to you guys, and it's great to be in the same conversation with you now and leading these young.
Talking about you grew up. You 50 years old too. What you talking about, bro? What the hell you talking about, Roger?
Guys are doing, Lamar, appreciate the show, and it's great community. It's a great community service because I think we all have the best interests of our kids at heart. So, blessing to you guys as you prepare and we all move forward together. I think we need to do more collaborations like this because our kids are in a very desperate and dysfunctional situation when it comes to the recruiting process. We're the mecca of high school football around the whole entire world. And if anybody can make an impact with regards to what has transpired over the past 2 years, I think it needs to happen down here. So, as we pursue the state championship and do all the things that we need to, I think it's important for us to collectively come together to help our kids not only become champions on the field, but more so in life. And we need to show them the right way of doing things because what's happening with college football and how it's impacting our kids right now. I believe it's a sign and an opportunity for us to make an immediate impact and difference.
I agree, and I think you guys are perfect examples for kids. They need guys like you. I know you guys, and not just the winning and the losing, but what you guys have in here and what you're teaching these kids, especially in this world, in this day and age. God bless all you guys. I'm really happy. I'm happy I call you guys friends. And
yeah, hey, Lamar, I want to say this last thing. Then I'm going to get out of here. I've been knowing Roger for a long time, knowing Patty, like I said, all my adult life. And these are both guys that I confide in. I ask their advice. I call them all the time. As a matter of fact, I remember last year when Roger was up here getting ready to play for the state championship title up in Daytona. I had the luxury of running into him at a hotel up here. And I sat and I tried to soak up everything I could. And he gave me the time. He took a little time away from his team and he spent some time with me and was telling me, hey, these are the things that we do. This is what you got to do. And I called him one time and I asked him about a pregame speech, actually. What do I say? What did you say? Stuff like that. And he told me something about playing for the city. You remember that, Raj?
I remember.
Yeah, it was bigger than just us. And I've held on to that. And those are some of the things that we talk to our kids about now, man. And I appreciate you, Raj. Got the utmost respect for you. Love you. Just appreciate everything that you've done. And Patty, you my guy. You my boy.
Same here. Same here.
Man. And, again, what you've accomplished over the years, Roland, oh, my God. Back when we were living staying at, in Miami Lakes at Schuler's Hotel,
Yes.
when Bubba them used to come to our room and mess with us and stuff. And, and here we are now, 30 years later, getting ready to play each other for a state title. That's absolutely amazing.
It is. Never thought that would happen. Never thought I'd be a high school coach.
Me either. And to be doing it with Coach Murray, the guy that I've known for a long time, watched him play in high school, man, it's all. And then with Twan, I remember Twan coming in and as a 18-year-old freshman, 19-year-old freshman. Twan was strictly business. He was a hell of an athlete. And we knew no matter what happened in life, Twan was going to be successful. We knew that way back then.
Yep.
So it's an honor to be on here with y'all. And my man, LT, Lamar Thomas, man, I can't say enough about that guy. Playing against him in high school. And we're talking, 35 years later, here we are on the Lamar Thomas radio show. I mean, come on, man. Better than that.
Yeah, who would have known?
State title. Man, it's just, I'm telling you, it's an honor. It's a privilege. I'm truly grateful. And I love you guys. And I thank all of you for everything that you've done in my life anyway.
Love you too, brother.
Love you too, Hurley. Love all you guys. Good luck this weekend.
Good luck to all you guys.
Good luck to all you guys.
All you guys.
We go. Good luck, Mustangs. Good luck, Central Rockets. Love you guys. Thank you, Twan.
Hey, appreciate you guys, man. You guys are real men of standard, man.
Love you guys.
Hey, we'll do this again.
Love you guys.
We'll do it again.
You got it.
All right.
We'll do it again.
Good night.
Good luck, you guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Yo.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Oh, well, you can't describe this show.
Hey, man.
With all the things that were said, you could sense the love. And we're not in a room together, but you could sense the love in this room. It was just, it was great. No doubt.
Those guys are excited about being where they are, but they know the love, they know the sacrifice, they know the hard work, and the fact that they Hurley leaned on Roland and Hurley leaned on Roger.
Mm-hmm.
And here it is. Everybody's playing in the state championship game, and that is so much love. But that's what I think Mario was talking about. The love,
You're exactly right,
the
Lamar.
love,
You
the
got it.
love, the passion
The passion.
of being at the University of Miami. And I've said it before. I told Gary this. I don't give a damn if he make me a janitor. As long as I'm in the building, that love is there because you know what? It means more to me. And I know it means something to him. I'm not saying it didn't mean anything to Manny. Not saying it didn't mean anything to Mark Rick. Not saying it didn't mean anything to Al Golden. I know this guy because we came in together. We blood, sweat, tears together. We all sat in that locker room, in that little dungeon. There's a freshman locker room and said, what the fuck? Are we going to be able to do this? You know? And
Yeah.
we did it. We did it. 5 losses in 5 years. One of them one that we didn't even play. 4 losses in 4 years. You know? We had an undefeated season. We had 29 straight games at one point of winning. So the fact that he's in there, it just means so much more to the community, and not taking anything for Coach Diaz and Mark Ritt, but you know, hopefully, I really believe this was the hire that is going to make us, you know, because it's going to mean something to him. And just like I said earlier, I was at Kentucky, I was at Louisville, I beat Miami, you know, I beat them. I was at Kentucky, and you know, we lose the game. It was hard, but I went straight to my phone and looked to see what Miami did because it means so much more to us. You know, this is where we cut our teeth, and this is where we love. This is where we are loved, and I'm so happy for Mario. I hope he does well.
I agree, and I second that. And he knows what it takes to get where you have to go. I'm not saying he's going to bring back those plastic garbage cans with the ice in it because those days are over. But you remember those days, right, Gary? You used to see these guys after the practices sitting in those tubs. It's a different world, but he's going to bring it back to that mentality. That's what I think this school needs and the team needs. A mentality like Mario has that's going to bring these guys back to the basics and get them to play better and really, you know, eliminate mistakes and work hard. That's what we're looking for. We haven't had that.
You know, the one thing that really jumped out, there were 2 things that jumped out at me with that segment. The first was we got to get Lamar one of his own teams sometime soon. That was number 1. So Lamar can have some equal treatment here. But how about Hurley and Roland? They've been friends for what 20 years, 20 plus years.
They were there.
They were and they're so competitive, and they want to win the state title so badly that they're not trading film until the last second.
That's that UM shit. We ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Until it comes down to being fined, they ain't doing it. When they say fine, they're gonna give it up. They're gonna give it up.
Lamar, you've seen these guys play because I haven't seen either team play. I know about them, but Central should win this game. Would you say?
Well, you know what? The way it goes, because Hurley and those guys are riding such a great wave, they have a lot of confidence, and they're going to come in this game saying, "Are we really as good?" I've been a North Florida kid, and you're playing against South Florida teams. You want to know, do we really stack up?
Right.
If Central goes out and for some reason turns the ball over and gives them a chance, now they believe, and they have a chance. And that's what
Merritt Island's been scoring a lot of points, Lamar, so they probably could put points in.
Not last week. It was 13.
No, right.
Hey, I got a guy in the lobby now who I feel pretty certain believes that Lamar Thomas should have his own football team, and that's Ryan McNeil, who I think can hear us. I see the big smile on his face. Ryan, welcome to the Lamar Thomas Show.
I can hear y'all. I promised Lamar that I was going to come on after the show. That was a great show. I think that might have been one of the best shows you had, Lamar. Yeah, even better than the show that I was on. That was a good show. I was listening from the beginning to the end. I heard all the Gary and Bruce stuff, your stuff leading in. Then I was talking about Mario, then Hurley and Roland, and then y'all got the every damn body in Miami and in West Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale to come on. That was a really good show.
I'm sitting here looking, and first, one of the chop. He types in Ross. I texted Lamar. I said, "Who the heck is Ross?" Lamar had no idea.
I said, "Don't let him on."
Then he says, "Don't let him on yet." So he starts texting Roland. So then he changes his name to Chop.
And I'm like, "Oh, I know Chop."
And everybody know who Chop is, right?
Yeah, I know Chop.
That's funny. I mean, I don't think that there's nothing really much to add of the show like tonight. I mean, it was everything was said. It was said in an authentic way. I think that the tide is turning. Things are shifting. The winds are turning in our favor in just a short matter of a week or so. We got the AD locked and loaded, and we'll see. And with the coaches like Hurley, Roland, Roger, and all the other guys that from Miami who are coaches, the future looks bright for us. I'm excited.
Over the years, I call Ryan and we talk on the phone, and most of it's been bitching about why we're not so good. But you know what? Despite all that, Ryan, I can't say that anymore. I am so happy about what happened the other day. And, Gary's been saying this for the last couple of weeks, and all the Cane fans get their hopes up. And then he comes on. He says, well, I don't know if maybe it's 50-50 or whatever. But thank God it's over with. I feel a great sense of relief. I am so happy and so proud. And I'm, and now you and I don't have to talk anymore.
Well, I'll say this, and kind of like Lamar said, I think that hopefully there's some opportunities for former Canes to be a part of the program, formally and informally. I think it's going to take everybody who have ever been associated with the program to be all in, right? So, we were always built on community, right? The one thing that we could do, and Lamar can attest to this, when we first got to Miami, people knew us outside of school more than they did, while we was in school, right? And it's going to take that, community feel to kind of lock down our borders, not let, that young talent get away anymore. And I think, Mario is going to help do that. Obviously, he, as the show was saying, he went to visit Earl, went to go visit Roland and the recruit there, the commit there. And I think everybody has to have that same type attitude to lock down our borders and keep everybody home and build the castle back up. I mean, that's what it's going to take.
Hey, Jason C., one of our viewers, wants to know who won most of the battles between you guys on the practice field.
I did.
I would say me. It's on film.
What?
And I made Lamar a really, really great receiver. I mean, you saw what he did to the Penn State guys. I mean, Penn State guys. Who else we played? Florida State guys.
Bro.
Syracuse. All those guys. I made his job easy. It was easy for Lamar on Saturday.
Bro, there's no way in hell I won all them battles. I think he might have.
Now he's being facetious. He said all the battles.
You might have won 2 times, bro. And I remember that.
Hey, last week on the show, he told everybody he'd choose you up and spit you out, Ryan. That's what he said.
One time
it's on film, guys. It's on film.
Hey, Ryan, one time I slipped, and one time you put your hands on me. Other than that, I tore that ass up.
Greg Moosey knows who he's putting his money on.
Thank you.
Hey, Moosey.
Thank you.
You know what you can do.
But see, it's on film. It's on film. I will say this, and I say this all the time, is that's probably the most fun, tiring, disciplined, dirty, hard experience in sports I've ever had. And it got us ready for Saturdays. And it's something that carried me in the pros. And, we said this before, we were taught to compete, right? Mm-hmm. No matter what the outcome was, we were taught to compete. First time, as soon as we stepped on campus to the last time to the time we left, we was taught to compete. And, that's what I'm hoping that Mario brings back to UM, the level of competition. Hey, you're not giving anything. It is earned. And while we there, we were puppies. We had to earn to get on the special teams. We had to earn.
You did.
Time.
You did.
And,
you did.
And the more we worked hard, the one thing that I'll say this, we had 2 documentaries at ESPN 30 for 30. No other program has, probably not that many have one. We had 2. The one thing that they didn't talk about that I was kind of disappointed was how hard we worked. We outworked everybody. So when Saturdays came around, it wasn't a question. I mean, it wasn't a question. It was almost a relief. Not to go against Horace, Lamar, Wesley, Randall, Spence, High C, K-Dub, it's like, yeah.
How did you make it? How did you make it through? My goodness. I mean, well, we used to watch it because they let us go down there. So we used to watch all the time. I saw you guys practice. It was hard, man. And then, I was kidding. I said going in those tubs with the ice, but that's what happened. It's a different world now. But I think the mentality that you guys had is coming back because of Mario. That's what I think they needed. And we've all said that for years. What's going on here? It's like, they called it a country club atmosphere. I'm not going to say that, but you guys worked. You worked hard.
Well, I'll say this: Mario represents the catalyst. He's the catalyst to bring it all together. Right. I think at different times, there may not have been the same type of commitment, same type of concentration, same type of rhythm. Everybody wasn't. I think Hurley mentioned it earlier. Everybody's rowing in the same direction. I think Mario represents that. This is a stake in the ground. We putting the people in place. We putting the resources in place. And so now we got to bring, the alumni, the talent, the community, everybody, wants to, you don't want to get back to where it was. We want to go past that, right? Because, this is a different time. We want to go past that. I don't want, we're going to talk about national championships no matter what. But, hey, can you get more than 2? Lamar and I got 2. Like he said, five games in 5 years, top that, top that. And I think it can be done. Let's see.
Yeah, and people were talking about who they wanted as the next coach, and his name's getting bantered around. And he may or may not be the greatest coach, but he's perfect for Miami because we need somebody that's going to seal up South Florida and get these recruits. And you have to trust that Mario's going to get the right coordinators and the right staff and just work these guys to the bone like you guys did. So, yes, when you go out on the field on Saturday, you're not going up against Cortez and Russell and these guys. When I talked to Steven, he would say, I got a half a yard on 3rd and 2. But you know what? When he went to played up in Tallahassee at Florida State or the Notre Dame game when he was a freshman, like a hot knife through butter. You couldn't stop him.
Steve was a Leon Fowler magnet. Wherever Leon Fowler was, this was Steve ran.
Oh, my God.
Those were the days, and no, seriously, we want these kids to have their own stories, to be able to come back 20, 30 years from now and tell their stories to their kids and fans of what they did, because it's always fun to come back to the reunion weekend, national championship reunion weekend, and kind of talk about those good times. It never gets old. It never gets old. It never gets old.
Do you guys have an opinion on, and I don't know if you have an answer for this, and I don't know if Gary's going to ask Mario or not, about going back on the field? Is that something that's important to you guys, or it doesn't matter that much anymore? Going on the field during the games.
Matters. Yeah, it matters.
It matters, right?
Yeah, it matters. And I think that's something that's probably, I'm sure, in different conversations that it can happen. Mm-hmm. I think initially when we wwent through our little issues with the whole Shapiro thing, it made sense to kind of bring things tight. But now, you're doing things a little different. You should have guys come back down. And there's a process we had before. So use that same type process or something similar. The first 30, 40, 50 guys sign up, to get the sideline pass. Otherwise, we win the suite, like we have been before. So it's not that complicated. I don't see that being a big issue, but it matters.
They got to bring some organization to it, and get somebody like Lamar or Highsmith or somebody to run the former player program and just get some organization to it. You can't have 300 guys on the sideline every game. but you can rotate it. You can, you can have some structure. You can make sure that being in the suite is a special experience. Upgrade the food and beverage. Make
it's coming.
It is, no question about it.
I think it's coming. I think Rick Rimmer and Jessica Green has done a great job.
They're doing a great job.
Former players. I think, if I had a vote or say, I think I see, somebody like Alonzo Highsmith as assistant athletic director, in charge of community and player engagement, things like that. I see him with his knowledge of, helping with evaluations of kids and talent. That's where I see somebody like him, because we got a lot of talented guys who's been around football for a long time, and coaches, much like Lamar. I think that, you pull them in some form of fashion, whether it be analysts or whatever. I think that's kind of what I see and hope Mario does is, evaluate all the guys who've been coaches, and bring them in and use that talent and leverage that talent, because he's here and guys are ready, willing, and able to help him out.
He's got the budget. He's got the budget to do it. So
I'm excited. I mean, that's one of the things that, you can't hope no more. And when the budget and the resources are there, it's just a matter of pulling the triggers, locking and loading, and getting, guys to come on board to, find more talent, finding more Lamar Thomases, Roland Smiths, Hurley Browns, Ryan McNeil, Earl Littles, to come on and help our program, get back where it needs to be.
Well, I'm glad you came on here tonight, because I was
because you mentioned your name as a possible job.
Well, no, I mean Ryan's always been a stand-up guy, man. We competed from day one.
Yeah, you said that. Right.
If I say anybody else, I would be lying that I competed against from day one. I mean, from the time we stepped on campus, we had similar frames. He might have been a little bit heavier than me. And we had
about 10 pounds. I think I had you about 10 pounds.
No, I don't even say 10, maybe 2. We just had that. We had that chip on our shoulders, because we knew we might have been slighted by weight or whatever, but we had to prove to everybody that we could compete, and we just went at it every day. And it was, I joke about me beating Ryan all the time, maybe losing 2 times, but to be honest with you, it was competition every day, man. It was truly competition, and it made us better, because like you said, when we got to Saturdays, I'm looking at these guys that line up in front of me. I'm like, dog, you fucking suck. You're not that good.
And sometimes the offense talk trash to the defense, but our defense was like telling their other opposing team's defense, "You're in trouble, dog. You don't stand a chance." It's like you try to go man to man. Y'all playing what? Yeah, I wouldn't do that if I were you. It's like, it's like 3, 2, 1.
Hey, who was faster between you two?
I think I may have got Lamar. I think I probably might be a little slightly faster. But Lamar had football speed, right? So, everything is measurable in college, in pros now. How tall you are, how much you weigh, wingspan, and all that kind of stuff. 40. But, it's, to me, I've always, when I evaluate a guy, opposing receiver, look at those measurables, but how do they move, right? Lamar had football speed. And, and you put on the film and tape, it's like, well, this guy's supposed to be, I think Texas, Grady Cadden is supposed to be running 4.3 and this and this and this. They had the best secondary, Stan Richards and all those guys. Yeah. And we was running circus round. It's like, so, speed is relative.
Great footwork, great footwork, and the fact that I could go up and get it over, put my nuts on your helmet anytime. That mean I was a leaper. That mean I was a leaper.
Ask Terrell Buckley. I mean,
ask anybody. That's. I mean, that even.
That's the one that I remember the most, though. It's like, it's like that one.
When we had T-Buck on, he talked about that. Yeah.
What catch that was when you was diving? You was diving to catch it. Was that Wisconsin? What game was that? It was one game where It was slightly behind, and you jumped and you dove, and it was like parallel almost. Huh?
Oh yeah,
By the way,
was that Nebraska?
By the way, that guy, his name was Cotton, and he supposedly ran a 4.23.
Oh yeah, it was Nebraska.
Yeah.
I think it might have been. It might have been
Yeah, I
Nebraska.
mean that didn't mean anything. That didn't mean anything to us because we looked at it like, yo, bro, you might run a 4.23, but you're gonna have to move your hips tonight.
Yeah.
I told the guy, hey dog, your hips are suspect. You can't make no babies, bro.
Yeah.
You can't make no babies. Your hips are suspect.
He told he wasn't gonna win no dance contest.
Yeah,
he don't got the hips.
Hell no.
Was that the game that you caught that pass?
Bruce wanted him to get his internet check.
Yeah, his internet all messed up, man. But I definitely appreciate you coming on, Ryan.
No worries, man.
Again,
Anytime.
man, we've been part of the Skinny Crew
Forever and always.
forever, from day one, dog. And we might have fought every day. We might have got kicked out of practice a couple times, but we still was the Skinny Crew, bro.
Oh yeah.
And much love to you, man. Love you.
Likewise.
Man. Appreciate you doing this. Appreciate you listening to the show, man.
The whole show. That was a great show. Y'all take care. Talk to you later, LT.
I appreciate it.
I'll see you later, Gary.
All right. Hey, take care, Ryan.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, LT, Bruce is out. His laptop battery died,
Yeah.
so it's just you and I here taking
We
it
knew
home.
it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, we knew it was inevitable. But I think first we need to talk about what All Canes is doing for the kids, the shopping spree for kids in memory of Brian Pata. And they're looking for more donations, and you couldn't have a better cause. So get on down to All Canes, do your holiday shopping, and make your contribution to their shopping spree for kids. You can do it in store, online at All Canes. They have 2 dates, December 13th, December 15th, 4 groups of kids from the following organizations: Boys and Girls Clubs, the Home Team, the Police Athletic League, and the Brian Pata Foundation. So you do a donation of $5, Lamar. You get a $5 coupon to use in the store.
Yeah, I'm going to try to make it down. I was trying to talk to Harry about what date was going to be great for me. I mean, that's I've been a part of that a couple of years back, and it's such a great. The thing I really remember about it, just seeing the smile on the kids' faces. That's what's important to me. That's to go down there and be a part of that with Harry and see the smile on those kids' faces. They do the little shopping spree. They get some hurricane gear. It's priceless. It truly is. It truly is priceless.
And when you're doing your holiday shopping, if you want to honor the hiring of Mario Cristobal, they have this new shirt. I'm all in with Coach Cristobal. Established 2021, own the state, restore the glory. Put that one on your holiday list, everybody. That's a nice shirt, and I'm sure there'll be more to come. But Lamar, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I thought Harry should be selling this shirt right here. I'm gonna show you. I mean, this is the one he should be selling for the holidays down at All Canes and allcanes.com.
Super Mario, I like that, man. That is, we gotta send Harry this picture.
Yeah.
And say, hey, bro, you
gotta order some of those shirts. You'll sell 1 million of them.
You gotta get you 1.5 million.
You will sell 1 million of those. And Lamar, I know he popped in there for a minute, but Ryan Collins, Advanced Financial and Insurance.
I should get him to come over and read his own spot, but he's
probably at the bar.
Yeah, he's at the bar. He's definitely at the bar. So I'll go ahead and take it home. Are you protected from the unexpected loss to your home due to Mother Nature, like a hurricane, or to your auto due to human nature, like a car accident? Let Advanced Insurance and Financial Agency help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you. Give them a call at 954-436-4027. That's 954-436-4027. Or visit the website at advancedagent.net for your free personal insurance review so you can ease your worry and relax your mind. That's my guy, Ryan Collins, who, by the way, thank you so much for coming on the show. He was standing behind me. I thought it was a stalker or something, but I looked back, it was number 20. It was number 20. So great guy. Call him up. Get some
Yeah,
insurance,
the
man.
number's about to come across the bottom of your screen here right now.
Hey, by the way, I'm not going to name drop, but there were some NFL guys calling today while I was in his office to get insurance quotes. I'm just saying.
That's a great thing. And then, of course, Lamar, Bo Campers has done such a great job hosting you the entire season. Great food, great atmosphere.
Yeah. Let me see.
And you like that plantation, though. You like that plantation location.
Yeah.
They must have good wings over there.
Yeah, they take care of me. I got the fries going. I got the I already had my calamari.
God, man.
And I got the Bold signature wings. And that's my favorite. So I'm set, man. I love coming here. I love the fact that managers, all the managers, I've met all of them. The bartenders, everybody has been great to me here. So, and Bo has about, 10, 15 locations around South Florida.
He keeps adding.
Go in, check them out. And I'm sure you'll have a great, wonderful time at Bo's.
And it helps to have Lamar's metabolism when you go to Bo Campers, for sure.
I don't know about that.
So, just in starting to take this home. So, I'm down at the press conference yesterday, and this handsome gentleman comes walking by, and he's got this gorgeous little baby in his arms, and Daddy Daycare was open for business, but you weren't going to miss Mario Cristobal's entry press conference. And talk a little bit about what you took from all that.
I sent Mario a message earlier that morning. Said, "Man, I'm sorry, I'm going to miss it. I have my daughter," and then I said, "You know what? I'm going to take her down there because I want to be a part of that." I thought it was historic. The fact that obviously we played together. Myself, Gino, all those guys I mentioned earlier in the show. We were freshmen together. And here it is, seeing him up there and seeing how emotional he was about getting that opportunity. I kind of got emotional because it means so much to us. And like I expressed this with Manny before, if he were to hire me, how much it would mean to me to be in that building, knowing that I'm a part of this and I'm trying to make it right. And to see Mario up there speaking the same language and hearing him, I'm thinking the program is good and is in good hands because he's going to do everything possible to win games. And if it doesn't work out, it's going to mean much more to him to get right. It's not a paycheck, even though he got a huge paycheck. It's not a paycheck. It's his legacy. And this is his school. This is where he blood, sweat, and tears. This is where I saw his shoulder dislocated. This is where I saw his leg hurt. This is where I saw him screaming on the table. This is where I saw this guy yelling at me. He said, "Throw the freaking ball to LT. We got to get off the field." It means something to him. So
he's getting paid $8 million LT a year for 10 years. Okay.
Yeah.
There ain't 1 cent of that really matters to him. He just wants to work, and he wants to win ball games and win championships. Look, and that's what's so special about that guy.
Hold on, bro. We can't say that. It don't mean nothing to him. Cause
he doesn't spend money.
Look, if I get $8 million, it's going to mean something to me.
Yeah, but what's he going to go buy? Yeah, he's got a lovely wife, a great family. They'll buy a house.
Listen, it's generational wealth.
Yeah, I mean,
you ain't got to worry about your kids. You ain't got to worry about your kids' kids.
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about your kids' kids. I mean,
yeah, no question. He'll get himself a place. Maybe he'll go to Gables Estates or something. No question. And he should. But you got to have a nice house to bring everybody over sometime.
That's right.
And I'm sure that'll be a priority for him.
Bring me over. I eat some chicken wings out there. Come on, bring the boy over. I bring some from both campus.
Now he won't have chicken wings. He loves big cheese, Lamar. He'll be catering that big cheese. All right, let's play a little word association. Let's start with Jake Garcia.
Oh man, Jake, come on, bro. I mean, you'd hope you stick it out. Obviously, TBD, got the guy right now, but, things happen. Gino Toretta was behind, and I got to always speak to my time. Gino Toretta was behind Craig Harrison. He got an opportunity. Craig Harrison went down with the knuckle problem. Gino comes in, he does his thing, and it sets him up to go on to be the Heisman Trophy winner. Obviously, we would hope these kids believe in the team, but we know these kids are all about I. But I hope in this case, this kid says, you know what? I'm going to compete. If I don't win, I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to figure it out. And you just never know how the thing goes. Because the worst case scenario, you decide to transfer, and the guy that beat you out or has a job gets hurt.
Manny Diaz, Lamar.
I'm saying goodbye to Ryan. All right, Ryan, I just did your spot too. I killed it, dog. I killed it. All right, bro. Manny Diaz, man, you got a bunch of money. Walk away. Obviously, we would have liked for that thing to be handled a lot differently at the end. But, it didn't happen that way. Regroup, get you a job, figure it out. You'll be, you still have South Florida connections. The thing that you were able to do here in South Florida, you brought some excitement with the turnover chain, but you also got those administration people to understand that we need to catch up with the rest of college football, and I appreciate that. So hopefully you land on your feet, and, he's a good dude. It wasn't handled the best way at the end, but you got a lot of money to walk away, so tighten up, bro. Tighten up.
And take us home with Mario Cristobal.
My main man, brother, we're going to dominate this thing, brother. When he talks like that, he's in the zone. I believe him. I've been in the huddle with this guy, and he's very intense. He's going to work those coaches to the extreme. It's not going to be a country club. I'll tell you that. Those players, they're going to realize that he means business. I think the program is in great hands. Obviously, you got to go to Texas A&M. We don't know how that's going to turn out. The thing that I do wish people to understand that this is a process. This is truly a process. You gave a guy a lot of money. In 2 years, if he hasn't won the games that you want him to win, continue to understand it's a process, but I don't know if we'll be talking about this in 2 years.
I agree.
I believe in this guy. I
do
believe
too.
in him because he's my teammate, he's my brother, and I just think he's going to get it done. So that's why.
And hopefully he'll find a job for you as a janitor.
Well, yeah,
or maybe as an assistant to this guy. Have you seen his strength coach? Look at this. Look at it. Watch this, Lamar. Look at it.
It's Black Friday! 1 week left of the 45-day challenge. Get juicy, stay swole, and be awesome. Oh, yeah. Juicy.
Okay, that's nice, but Coach Rowe knock him out the box, baby. Coach Brad Rowe would knock him out the box. Coach Rowe might swing on his ass. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, I got yelled at by my mom for the curse word, so I'm sorry, Mom. But yeah, Coach Rowe knock him out the box. He might be a good strength coach, and that's all good. But I'm gonna go back to old school, and then Coach Rowe, and I want to give a shout out to Coach Rowe. He's going through a little something. We love you, man. And I hope you get well. And I hope this guy with the handlebar mustache is able to come in here and get these kids a play. So that's the way I think.
All right, Lamar. Well, when's our next show? When are we doing any more shows?
I have no idea. I just know one thing, and I got to give a shout out to Buchholz Bobcats, the Gainesville Buchholz Bobcats. Came down here. They lost to that strong St. Thomas team. But they're retiring my jersey on Thursday, this upcoming
Really?
Thursday. I don't know. With Vernon Maxwell, we're both getting our jerseys retired. I don't know if
Wow.
I'm getting retired in basketball or football. I would think it's in football, but I think it might be in basketball. So I'm excited about the whole process, and give a shout out to my Buchholz Bobcats. And Gary, we got to talk. We got to figure out when we're going to do the pregame show for the pre-week show for the bowl game, and then obviously the post for the bowl game.
All
So
right.
we got to figure it out, Gary.
We'll work that out. All right, everybody. Thank you once again for joining us for another Lamar Thomas show. Thank you to All Canes, allcanes.com. Thank you to Bo Campers Plantation, to Ryan Collins, Advanced Insurance and Financial. And I would be remiss if we didn't bring up Crowded, the Crowded app that's behind Lamar. And if you haven't checked it out, go to your app store or your Google Play Store and download the Crowded app and check out what our main man Max and Lamar and a bunch of these guys have come up with the Crowded app. So we'll be back at you, I guess, in a couple of weeks, probably after Christmas, to preview the bowl game and talk about what's been going on with Mario and the recruiting. By then, I think you'll start having some coaches hired and things like that. So
don't forget about the AD. We got
and the AD Dan Radakovich is hired. He will be in the house January 3rd. I got word of that today. So that's when he'll be here full time. And it'll be a transitionary phase of the Miami Athletic Department. And I think when it comes out on the other side, a lot of Canes fans are going to be extremely happy. So for LT, I'm Gary Ferman. Thanks for joining us on the Lamar Thomas Show. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Go Canes.